You had it.
Right, hang on. Let me just change. We're live, by the way. Let me just change.
Hi.
Oh, there you
All
are. That's where you
all
are.
right, we're getting the poem ready. So I picked this poem out just because it's about love. Because we're a peaceful, loving. Hold on, Brenda's screwing the whole phone up.
It's all good.
We're gonna do morning prayer and then the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. All right. May God, my God, I hope you find love. And I don't mean that in regards to someone you wrap your tired bones around at night. I mean that I hope you find love in every aspect of your life. I hope you find it tucked into early morning sunrises, the smell of your favorite places. I hope you find it strung between laughter and share with friends. I hope it bounces off of you when you hug the people you care for. I hope it swells within your rib cage whenever you hear your favorite song or discover something that moves you. I hope you fall in love with growth and change and the messiness and the beauty of fucking up and making mistakes and becoming exactly who you want to be. I hope you find love in places that were once devoid of it, in places within yourself that you could have been softer to, kinder to in the past. Because there is only one thing I have learned. It is that love is so much more than a boy and a girl who hold your heart. Love is everything around you. It is everything. That's morning prayer. Now we're going to
Beautiful.
switch it around because Brenda's going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. So
Beautiful.
hold on. All right. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
free Karen Reed.
Woo! Good job, everyone. Good job.
Amen. Awesome.
Amen.
Awesome.
So we are all out here, my friend.
It looks like a good crowd. Right.
Yeah,
Let's say
so
some.
far because nothing's going to happen till like 11.
Yes, fine. But we got some
Yeah.
people in the chat. Let's say hello to some people in the chat.
Oh, good morning, Tracy V. I'll say my mornings to everyone. Good morning, Spacey Stacy. Good morning, Sassy Bartender. Good morning, Toots. Good morning, Stylin' One. Good morning, Rhode Island Lady.
Deb,
No, I got one. I got one down there.
there you go.
Good morning. Good morning, lovely Sarah P.
She's not actually lovely. She's not actually lovely. She's just Sarah P. She is. uh, right. Who else we got here? We got some people. Tutsu said it. Lisa
Oh,
Reed.
the American flag. Hi, Lisa Reed.
This is Donna.
Good morning. She's like Texas.
Right. Let me fucking put this. Having a nightmare here. Yeah. Hang on, because we keep.
Good
Let me
morning.
put.
She's like Texas.
That's it. That's my. It's my
Justin's here.
fault.
Aiden's right here.
Hey, how we doing, fella?
Is that Dylan?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Dylan.
How we doing? You
What's
well,
up,
man?
Mike? Orange right here.
Hope you're well,
How are you?
Aiden. Very well, thank you. Hope you're well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's nice out here. It's good weather today.
It looks it. It
It's like
looks it.
50. It's cool. It's like perfect for like, it's comfortable. Not hot, not cold. It's just average. It's nice. It's sunny.
Good man.
Not
Good
bad
man.
brick. No brick today.
So you're not being called in today. Are you allowed in now, Aiden?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not banned yet. The trial hasn't started, so
There you
we're
go.
working on that. Working on that about
Well,
getting us in there. So
fingers
we're,
crossed for
we're
you,
gonna
man.
get it. We're gonna get it.
Yeah.
We'll
Good
get it.
man.
You know.
Good man.
But anyway, keep up the good work.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Styling from Cape Cod. I haven't been to what is it, Old Silver Beach in a long time. Hi, Anne Marie. Talk time with Amy. Hi, Amy from Boston. Hey,
Yes,
kiss.
it's Amy. Hey now.
Hey
Hey now.
now.
Uh, morning all. So Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. I'm so excited that I get to participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. See, we need to bring the Pledge of Allegiance back in. I'm telling you, it makes a
It's great.
difference in the world. It is
It's
great. We used to have to do that every day at school when I was young. We should be proud to be Americans. Good morning, Adam Lally's resignation. Hi, hippie chick. I do like that freaking name as a
Hippie
name,
chick.
a handle. Hi,
Hamburger.
Dayton. A hamburger. Hi,
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa. Lisa was at the party with us for Allison's birthday party. She came.
Ah, how did that go? That was amazing. That looked amazing.
Me and Cheech ripped the dance floor up all night long.
Let's go.
We had a blast. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Nanya Noxumbra. Hi, Robin.
From Sweden.
From Sweden.
I was going to say Guten Tag, but that's not Swedish, so apologies.
I have no idea how you say like hello Swedish. Hi, question everything.
Uh,
Yeah,
everyone said
everybody's out here. We have a good crowd. Hold on a second. I'll turn it around. Hi, Gary.
you do have a good crowd.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Look at
walk
that.
down one.
Hey, Chloe.
Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning.
Good morning. Any
Morning.
words? You want to say anything?
Any words? It's a great day out here. I hope it's a great day in there.
There we go. And they got the
Happy
big time.
days.
Good.
Going on? Couple other guys. Good buddy.
Minion Mike.
The weather over
Minion
there.
Mike.
You know, it's very dull and grey here. So
It's dull and
Beautiful
gray.
day, too. Finally.
Hi, Kim.
You look
Keith, want to
good.
say anything?
Do it.
Just do it.
Let's do
Do
it.
No,
it.
I gotta stop saying just do it because that's Nike.
That's Nike.
Ours is
We
do
wanna be
it.
Jackson. Hey.
Do it.
Do it.
Hi, Dana.
Tina.
Oh,
The
wait a
live
minute.
one.
Here you go. Do,
Do
it.
it. Do
Hold
it.
on, and he's
Do
got it down the
do
sleeve too.
Do it
Right
real
there.
good. Da, 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 da. There you
That's
go.
push it. Push it real good. Dun,
I'll just change the
dun,
lyrics.
dun, 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 dun. Ooh, there's Nathan the dog and
Nathan.
Nathan's dad, Tim.
I'm
Hey,
just
hey,
walking
Tim.
around here.
So we're live on Resistance
Rodney.
Silence as well now.
Good job. You too. How are you today? Good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Gary Beasted. Garrett.
Annie, she brings us our good, healthy little drink shots. She's got her own little business. We've been doing ginger shots and spinach
Nice.
shots. Hi, Garrett.
I need to try that. Hell,
Oh my God! When you come to Boston, you will.
I know. I need to get healthy.
Stoneham, first time down.
Oh, first time down here from Stoneham.
Let's go, Stoneham.
We're live on Resistant to Silence and Alternate Corner with Dylan.
Yes. Good morning, Stoneham.
We know who this is.
Hello, beautiful.
Henry. Hi. Henry's mom,
Hey, hey.
Jess.
Hello.
Say hi, Chris. Say hi. Peter Murphy.
What channel are you on?
Hold on a second.
Sir,
Peter Murphy.
Hey, good
Sir
morning.
Peter Murphy.
Morning.
Morning, Peter.
Peter Murphy.
Good morning.
Peter.
Is that my friend Dylan?
It is your
It
phone.
is.
Hello, Dylan.
Top of the morning to you, Peter. How are we?
Top of the morning to you, laddie buck. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Having a great crack. Loving it.
Good. Good.
You're looking
got
well.
Good people working with you right here. This D.
Yes.
This one.
Yes.
Yes. This one. Yes.
You're all
day
good
today.
people.
Big day today.
Big day.
Yeah.
Do you think the trial is going to go ahead on the 28th?
I'm still hoping the feds come in and take Morrissey out of here and the judge and a few others, and it goes into their hands on a RICO charge. But we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Peter.
Here's Chris.
Hey, Chris.
This is Dylan on Alternate Corner.
Hi, Chris.
Henry is factually innocent.
There you go. There's Christina
Nailed
Rex. Yes.
I'm not going to boo her. Tracy Murray's in the house.
Hi, Tracy.
There's Neil.
There's Neil. Look at even Dylan knew you right away. He's like, there's Neil.
Yeah.
Dylan are good. I don't know what time it is over there, but
It's 2 o'clock.
It's 2:00.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Good morning.
Who's this, Dylan?
Brandy.
Ah, he knows everybody.
And I was like, whiskey, brandy.
Hello, Boston Brandy.
Hold on a second. So you can see him waving to you.
Hello.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you as well. You looking well?
Thank you. You too. Free
Well,
Gary.
free Karen Read, absolutely. Looking forward to it. Are you
Get 'em
all out
out
there
of
all
here.
day? Look at that.
That's one of the trucks going by. They're honking and everything.
Honking away.
Yeah. Russ,
There you
say
go.
hi. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah, we're on Dylan's channel and resistant to silence.
Hello.
Hello.
I wish you a harmonica. Play us a tune like Hank Brennan. Okay. Hold on. Rodney, ready? Hank, in honor of Hank Brennan.
We're all out.
Ah,
Come on,
Dennis.
Spanky, Hanky. Hanky, Spanky.
Spanky. That's
Spanky.
in honor of Spanky. All right, hold on. Brenda, want to say anything for?
I was walking in the family.
Morning, Brenda.
Karen, Kelly.
Oh, Jack's dressed up again. Jack.
Again.
Jack.
I
Again?
thought you were working today.
No, I took today off.
You're gonna get fired.
That's all right. It's worth it.
What are you gonna do for money then?
I'll work a street corner.
Right, we got a few people saying hello to you in chat as well, Dina. Oh, there's Kelly.
What's that?
We've got people in chat saying hello to you.
Oh, hi. I only see Tracy's name up there.
Yeah.
Suzanne, hello. Hey now.
Hey, now. Hopefully I come by. Yeah, Lisa, please do come by. Classy Clippy, hello. Dina has not, I haven't got abs yet. I'm working on it, but I don't think they're ever going to come back. I'm too old.
I never saw her.
Hi, Kelly. I'm live.
Who are you?
With
Hey, come on,
Dylan.
Pope.
Hey, Dylan.
Hey, you're beautiful. How are you?
What is that?
That's he took ab bodies of people and put like Dennis Sweeney on it. You know, Scott McGinnis and stuff.
Yeah, you were late.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
okay.
So,
A little. There's one of me, so it's quite amusing.
yeah, we have got you somewhere.
I know you do. Say hello to some people. Good morning. Corn Pope.
Morning, Jack.
That you when you
Yeah,
were
that's
younger?
me. Hold on a
That you when you
second.
were younger?
Kelly,
That was what that was for.
that's the one he did of me.
Oh. I don't want. I don't want all that.
No. I don't think anyone wants all that. Hold on, there's
Melanie.
Scott. Hi, Melanie. Scott McGinnis. Say hi to everyone on Dylan.
Hi,
Oh, hold on.
Hey, Scott.
how you doing?
Very well, sir. How are you?
Oh, we're not in the rain and it's not windy. I'll take it.
It looks nice.
Yeah, it's nice out.
Hey, Kim.
Hi, Kim. Morning.
Anton.
Hi, Antron Hemingway. Dylan Dina. Good morning, JJ. You're in Pennsylvania. I've been there once. I had to go to Pennsylvania to pick up an Aerosmith road case. Me and my friend drove all the way there. The guy used to work for the Rolling Stones. And we picked up a 1970 Aerosmith road case.
Hedge. Luna. There you go.
Robin G. All right, let's go say hi to more people.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's
Hello,
all
Jill.
about.
No, that's not Keith with chat, I don't think.
Just keep them
That keys from oh, no. Ladies, say hi to everyone. And we're on Dylan's channel in the alternate corner.
Hello.
He's yelling hello. Ah, there's Peppa. There's Peppa.
Hello.
That's Lauren's new puppy.
Morning, Dylan.
Hello. Hi, Lauren.
Look at that cute puppy.
Oh, look at that cute puppy.
I know, he's so cute.
Wait, Gina named her again.
Yeah, Peppa. Peppa.
Peppa.
Yeah, it's not that. What is the dog's real name?
Holly Louise.
Holly Louise, but it's
Holly.
Peppa to me.
Holly Louise.
Yeah.
Holly Louise Marie.
Holly Louise Marie. There we go.
Doing sweetheart.
I'm good. Chat. Can't do it when comes to fence. Hi, classy clip. We gotta walk to my car because I had a few sweater things that Kathy O'Grady made with my sunglasses on. I mean, not my
That's fine.
sunglasses, my blue eyewear. Hi, how are you? I'm live. I'm good. Three-eyed catfish.
Ruby
Um,
C.
so I'll see if anyone wants them and then throw the money in the Karen Reed Defense Fund.
That's
Hi,
fine. I'm
Ruchi
way
C.
behind. Kate Dan, hello to you, my darling.
Cat! Good morning, beautiful lady. I saw her Sunday at the Canton Police Station standout. Um, she came to Legacy Place too, and then they went to Canton. So we
There you
had a good
go.
time. Good morning, allegedly.
I'm trying to get everyone in here. I'm trying to.
Tell
Good
Vinny
morning.
I said hi. Hi, Keith. I'm waiting for the light to turn. Hi, Joanne Kavanaugh.
Right,
Good
I'll just
morning,
put some
gang.
people up here now so we can
Hi,
catch up.
Brandy. This cop is so nice. He always lets us cross.
Oh,
He
hey
stops the
Ashley.
traffic for us.
Hello to Ashley
Hi,
as well.
Ashley.
Gigi.
Hi, Gigi. Hi, Jennifer Jones. Woo. It's nice, but the wind's a little bit. It's windy. The wind's a little windy. It
Wind's a
has to
little
be
windy.
windy. The bright
Gets it into
sunset.
all your parts. I know.
Hold on a second. I gotta get my bag. Hi, people in the car. What are you doing? I'm live streaming. uh, we're such a good crowd. I'm telling you, we
You're the
really are.
best. You're the best around.
Yep.
Melanie says morning prayer. We've done morning prayer, haven't we?
We did morning prayer. We had to do it quick. I picked a poem this time. It wasn't out of my book I usually do. Um, I picked a different thing. It was just about love, a poem about love. Like not love as in like loving just everything around you, the world, the
Loving you
people.
and loving me. Hello, Jessica82. Good morning to you, my darling.
Hold on a second.
Right, you carry on. Another CG. Hello, my darling. How are you? Gary Beeston. Hello, fella. Wicked
Oops.
Psyched. Hello to you, my darling. I'm just trying to see if we could get Shari D. Tits and Clams. How are you, my darling? Keith in chat is in MA. Is he in? I'm more than likely going to Aiden's event in Spencer on April 5th. So you're not there now, Keith, are you?
If you go out to Spencer, go out to Auburn's right by there, and there's a great bar called Halligan's. And they got like at the bar, they got rolling like office chairs you can sit at the bar with. It's a pretty cool bar. They have bands there.
There you go. Hey, Tracy V. Spacey Stacy. Thank you. Not everyone calls me cute, but thank you, my darling. I'll take that. Thank you. Patty Murphy says, good morning, Dylan. I'm excited I get to focus most
Hi,
of my time
Patty.
today on your stream. My car is broken. I'm not able to take public transport to work, so currently walking the dogs. You walk those dogs and then come right back, my darling. My favorite stand was CPD, Kate Ann says.
Yeah, it is. We were there Sunday. Hi, Jill D. Wrinkles.
Dina for the win, Patty Murphy.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Deb.
Potty Mouth, Heather Taylor's here.
Morning, you beautiful motherfuckers. Hi, Heather Taylor. The alternate corner, can you tell Dean a great interview with Michael on Justice Served? I had fun with Michael on Justice Served. He's a nice guy, and he's taken the time to really get to know all of us and give us a voice. And that's the biggest thing that we want is we don't want Bevs and them are trying to shut us up, and we don't want to shut up. So
Yeah. Good luck trying to shut you up. But yeah, she'll never do that. LPH, hello to you, my darling.
hi,
Kathleen, good morning.
LPHT, Kathleen, hello. Marianne, Truth Tell, in Can. Oh, you're in Cancun, Lucky. Can I come? Can you pack me in your suitcase? I want to go over to where Dylan lives. I think Dylan should just host us all.
Jeepers, too cold here. Hello, Jennifer.
TB didn't do a bust up live. TB's down here. That's why. He's here at the courthouse. I had to get in line because the media started lining up, and they only let like 8 people in. So I wrote to him to to secure his spot, which he did. He was number 3.
Okay.
So he's down here with us. Hi, Frosty. Hi, Lona. Lana.
Lona.
Yeah. Oh, there's that nice police officer.
There you go.
Thank you so much, sir. You're so
Please make
good
sure.
to us.
Please make sure you can like and
I'm live
subscribe
streaming.
the Alternate Corner and Resistance
Uh-uh.
Silence, please. With dual streaming. Hello.
Support Brian Hale Photography.
Brian Hale Photography.
Oh, awesome. Well, Brian Hale was one of my. He gave me permission to use his screenshot, one of his pictures for my thumbnail. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I give him credit and everything. It was an awesome picture. I wrote to him and he very kindly said, yes, absolutely, please use it. So he used my background for my thumbnail. Amazing pictures.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, more people are showing up down here.
There you go. Eden, afternoon to you from Scotland. Bonnie, Scotland.
Scotland. I have relatives back in the day from Scotland.
Oh, she's from Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
So it's in.
Hey now.
Me too.
What's this badge say? What's the badge say?
Young lady about going on the show.
Oh yeah.
Teenager.
I
I don't know how old she is.
She runs. I forget the name of the channel. Lauren something. Yeah. You want to say hi to Dylan in the UK?
Sure.
Tell him about yourself.
Hello.
Your channel.
So our channel is Law Girls Not Attorneys.
Yeah.
It's me and my mother. I'm homeschooled. I'm a freshman in high school. So
I'll be looking for you.
Best education you can get is out here.
yeah.
Plug it again. Tell everybody again what it is.
So it's Law Girls Not Attorneys podcast.
There you go. We'll promote it. I think I follow you on Twitter, not Twitter, Facebook.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dina.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's turn it around. So
Hey, Luby.
I'll show you what Kathy made. Hold on a second.
Hey, Jackson's Nickel.
Kathy O'Grady sent them to me.
I'm not sure what she's doing right now, but we'll let her
Parents
cook.
Defense Fund.
The reason Karen Reid got TB involved is that the Commonwealth was hiding all evidence for 15 months from the defense. We need to broadcast this so they stop trying to use it for conscious of guilt. Absolutely.
One, they got to
Absolutely.
was talking about those last week.
Yeah, if they
Hey, Terry.
donate to Karen's Defense Fund, they can buy them today.
Yeah.
So it has the blue glasses on it.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Check you out.
Yeah, so I'll leave them right here. If someone wants to buy them, just let them know. All right, let's see. We got a good crowd down here now.
Massive amount of crowd there. There you go, Luby. Are they playing today? I did not know that. Good day,
I
everyone.
lost my stick too. You're here.
You know,
I'm glad you're better.
Not even a crack.
He's back. He's back.
you live?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm live.
Everybody, hi.
And the wife's over here. No? All right. Back up and running. I'm so glad you're here.
I'm happy to.
Good. There we go. Down there is the line for the media. They're all lined up right there.
You already went in.
There we go. Look at the little pinwheels on it.
Yeah. Dollar Tree. Everybody has to go get them. We have to show up big. Everybody needs to show up for this. Pink, be flashy, right?
Yeah,
We need to
exactly.
show up big for Karen.
Happy days. Morning, Cynthia and Paul.
There we go.
There we go.
That sign's been around for a long time.
It has a lot of repairs, but that's okay. Yeah, get it through. It's like a little window.
It does.
Put it on the top of the flower.
We're gonna get Dylan to sign the sign when he comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here. Look.
The Clara, Melanie Little, Mark Betterow. We gotta get Dylan on there.
We have to get when he comes. We'll have to
Yeah.
bring it on the duck boat.
Hey, you might have wore mine off. I'm gonna have to sign it again.
Yeah, some of these have worn off.
Hi,
Hello,
Dylan.
lovely. How are you?
I'm good.
What's
How
her
are you?
name?
He doesn't know.
Cheryl.
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 Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Cheryl.
Hello.
All right, let's.
Dina's getting me to trouble now.
Well, if you're gonna try to say everyone's name, I don't know everybody's name.
I know, it's
I usually
terrible,
just
isn't
like
it?
hi love, when I don't know it. It's hard to remember everybody. It truly is. I'll have people come up to me and be like, "Hey, Dina, oh my God, it's go good." I'm like 42978, hanky spanky, whatever, and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah,
Sometimes
it's
I
hard.
remember, sometimes I don't. I remember
It's-
Robin G. I
Robin
remember
G.
Amy from Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lisa
Danny
says
Thomas.
Lisa's coming down to see you.
Oh, good, Lisa. We'll be here.
Enormous.
Hold on. Yeah, Dixie Normus.
Oh,
Mike
yeah.
Hunt. Mike Hunt.
John Cormu. They're not there yet, Robin. They're not there yet. Terry Martin says, don't forget to post your boss's schedule. So you could all plan to see you. There you go.
Yeah,
There
we
you
got to
go.
fill up some duck boats in Quack, in the Quack
We'll
zone.
fill them up. We'll
Yeah.
fill them up.
We
Please
gotta
like.
touch-
I was going to say, please like the Altar Corner and Resisting Silence, please.
Yeah, this is the people's channels between Alternate Corner and Resistant to Silence. We're
Yes.
trying to do this so during the trial you can watch and we're on here and you get to talk to boots on the ground and see everyone. Like we're just support this channel, please. We need you guys to hit the like button.
Yes, for everybody. It gets us in the algorithm. Hey, Denise.
Morrissey's
morning.
iCloud, good morning.
Good morning. Also, we got Australia in the house as well. We got Luby G. She's from Australia.
Oh wow, she's gonna find you a Boston wife. Oh, we'll find Dylan a Boston wife.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, whilst we got you here, I just saw a message, Dina.
I need to find me a Boston husband.
Clara.
The Clara doesn't want me. Oh,
Hey, Dina.
What?
Dina, we need your prayers, right? So I've just had one of our members just messaged me saying, "Good morning. This is Crystal saying I'm watching just now in chat. I'm going for a scan today. They think I have bone cancer. Please ask for prayers." So please, everyone in chat, everybody, please send your prayers to Crystal.
Prayers, Crystal.
Good luck with the scan today, Crystal.
Yeah.
And I hope it all goes well for you, my darling. Fingers crossed for you. So,
Prayers to you.
Dylan, what are you looking for in a possible a pulse?
Hey, you guys are all trying to get, Dylan a wife, right? In Boston. I need a husband from Boston.
We'll sort it out. We'll go double dating, yeah?
There we go.
We'll go on
The
a double
duck
date.
boat, the duck boat double date, the 3Ds.
3Ds.
You want to get in
Huh?
there, Dave?
Oh,
Get my good side.
get my good side.
Ready?
What's
Huh? My back
She was saying
side.
thank you for taking the picture. I
Oh,
was saying you're welcome.
my protest husband.
Hey now, good morning,
what does
everybody.
it say? What does this badge
Oh,
say?
all right. Yeah, they passed these out. I don't have one yet.
Real justice for John O'Keefe. Oh, that's great. I love that.
Kevin Colby was giving them.
Oh, Kevin had them. Oh my! I wonder if he's got any more. Hold on. Let's go down and see if he's got any more.
You don't want anybody to let you in.
Oh, here's my sunglasses. I dropped them down.
Yeah, everything blew up.
Hold on. Let me
go.
get this in case
Hey,
anybody
Suzanne.
wants.
There you go. Thank you, everybody, for sending your prayers to Crystal. D&D hit to the town, plus these double Ds as well.
Let's see if anyone wants to buy one. All right. Let's see if Kevin has any more of those. Hi, Brian. Say hi to Dylan.
Oh, hey, Dylan.
Hey, Brian.
Love that picture. Nice.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you have those sticker things? Real Justice, can I have one? I got one.
Just one.
Just one.
Oh, yeah, that's Justin. I thought.
Dylan, do you want me to mail you out one?
No, save me one to when I come out.
All right, save Dylan one.
Rice. Don't
Be here in no time.
Cheese and rice.
Okay, we got it.
Happy days. Thank you, Tina.
Happy days are here again. All right, hold on. Hi, how are you? Want to say hi to Dylan? Say hi to Dylan. He's in the UK.
Oh yeah, how are you?
Very well. How are you?
That's your name.
So
you. Oh, I'm Lori. Just for you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
It's a bit windy.
Hi, anyway.
it is. It's very windy. Hold on. Say hi to Dylan.
Hello, Dylan.
Hello.
Hi, Mom, if you're watching. I'm sorry I came down without you. My mom loves you, Tina.
Is she watching today?
Probably.
Oh, hi, Mom.
So funny.
Love it.
Hi, Dylan. Bye, Dylan.
Bye.
Oh, there's another puppy here. Look at that beauty.
Oh, they're
What's
everywhere.
Oreo. Hi, Oreo. Oreo probably wants to rip me apart. Oh, there's Ruby. Hold on, there's another one. Hi. Aw.
All these dogs are awesome.
Imagine these horrendous protesters like this with their animals and showing love. I know, we're such an angry mob. I know.
So this is your last time in front of the courthouse, isn't it?
It's their what?
This is the last time you can be in front of the courthouse now.
Well, we've got to find out about the buffer zone. It isn't done yet.
Okay.
Have a nice day. She just said, go to your town. Well, you live in a town that has a courthouse.
Did someone say that?
Yeah, the person going by because the sidewalk was full.
Oh, gee.
Well, if
Cross
you
the road.
buy a house near a courthouse, this is a possibility of what can happen. It's like people that buy a house by a concert venue and then bitch about the concert venue.
Yeah.
Why'd you buy a house there in the first place?
Hey, preach it, girl, preach it.
Hi, Erin. Yeah, please make sure you go over to Resistant to Silence too and hit the like button.
Yep, and all to the corner. It helps us a lot. Also, tonight, Erica Walsh is on the Resistant to Silence, so make
Tonight
sure you
at
watch that.
6:30.
6:30 Eastern. Erica Walsh will be on there. Erin Hack is over as well.
Just don't be.
Yep,
Make
not
us be-
after April 1. God, it's windy.
You need to get some men around you, surround you.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, my dear. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you
Good
again.
to see you too.
So will we, Deb, don't worry. Hey, James.
Hi, James.
Thank you, Gary.
All right, we're going to go down towards the end because they should be coming pretty soon.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's about half an hour they're starting, so it's all good.
All right. Ooh, when the sun goes in, it's cold.
Yeah.
Woo. Chrissy, say hi to Dylan and everybody.
Hey, Dylan.
Oh, hello, Chrissy. Nice
How
to
are
see
you?
you.
Woo-hoo,
Very well.
Yes, my man. Woohoo.
How are you
Dylan,
doing?
pop up the picture of me again so Chrissy can see it.
I see
Yeah,
it.
hang on. Let me get it.
Yeah.
Let me get it.
You lied. Yeah. There.
She'll be looking like that by the summer.
Yeah, she's looking good.
I'm trying. Hold on, I gotta put my gloves on.
Look at
Look
that.
at that.
Oh,
St.
She's
Michael
getting the gloves on. Happy
and
days.
prayed
Oh,
upon from the
I
lady
think I
who
ate
got to
something
take
sour,
over
like sour sweet.
thing over the
Eesh.
goat and everything. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I see what the ID thing.
Right, let me get this back.
I saw you going
I
into
got a
the
few of them.
car.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I know.
I
Oh my
saw
God.
you.
Not that we're going to use them today,
I
but
wonder if they got the
And I don't think it was bad for her at all.
hey, Gemma Cave's Tooth.
People are just talking.
Yeah, it really is.
I told you the other day on my Karen, it's not bad. So don't listen to it. It's not. They didn't talk bad about
Good
her.
morning,
Oh,
Kim.
not one word.
Thank you, Kim. O'Brien, thank you, my darling. Appreciate you for that.
Like that. It's the reason why a lot of the interviews,
Good
like
morning,
the
Erin.
YouTubers of us on her side, didn't get their airtime is because she got so much
As if
on
you
her
could.
own
Right.
in her own words. So I thought it was good.
Dina has melted away. She's getting her summer butt. I'm trying. I hit my mark of 50 pounds, which was good. And now, so I got like 10, 15 more to go and tone up. But it's hard work. I'm older. When you're older like I am, it's really hard work. So,
Oh, I
then
tell me
if
about
I
it.
indulge in too many chicken wings or pizza within a week, it's, not good. I got to really stick to the diet. But I'm getting
Hey,
there.
no, you're doing well. You're inspiring.
Well, the trolls inspired me, and then I listened to the Glera talk about the gym and how it mentally helps you. And
It does, yeah.
because I have ADHD and OCD, so it really helps
Yeah.
with
Oh,
that.
I
You know,
really suffer bad with OCD. I'm on medication for OCD. So yeah,
yeah.
I
I
get you.
took medication, and there's side effects of the medication.
No, there is. Yeah, there is. You're
Yeah.
right.
So
Um,
I'm
it
crazy,
is.
but I'm not too crazy. You know
Oh,
what I mean? So.
I have to take medicine. I'm crazy, so I
There's
have to
nothing
take it.
wrong in that.
No,
If I feel the need to do it again, then I would. There's no shame in the game at
no,
all.
I'm not
You
ashamed.
got to, some people turn to stuff that really harms you, like drugs and stuff, and it's not good. So there's no shame in it. We've talked about mental health multiple times along this many channels, and there's nothing wrong with it. People try to hide it, and you really shouldn't. There's all forms of mental health, and you got to do whatever makes you feel good. Because life's too fucking short, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone says well done to you. It is true. It is true. So, but fuck the trolls anyway. Who gives a?
Oh,
I
fuck that.
don't
I
do.
don't even care. They inspired me. My dancing video from the Glera keeps on coming up, and they're like, oh, Dina hates it. That's why she's talking about it. No, I don't. I look back at that and go, oh my God, I was overweight, but I fucking did something. So
Yeah,
I'm
no.
down 33 kg from Karen Retrial 1.0. Let's hope the late night snacks, us time, don't creep in. Good for you.
Yes,
Good
Luby,
for you.
Luby, Lou.
And really, it sounds impressive, but I don't know what kg is. You got to say it in
Kilograms.
pounds to me.
Yeah, so it's about 60, about 80 pounds.
Oh my God.
I think it's 2.2 pounds, isn't it, in every kilogram?
I don't know. I never paid attention in school, but that's fucking impressive.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so. Anyway, Christina.
Robin G. I love Robin G. No matter what chat I drop into, she always gives me a hi, and I hi her back.
She's in every chat.
Yeah.
It's the same as Spacey, Stacy, Lazy Die, all that. They're in every chat going.
I know.
I don't know
It's
how they do
awesome.
it. I don't know
Oh,
how they do it.
Luby Lou, I just been fasting third day, fruit only. I need to shift a couple pounds. Good for you, James. We can only do this weekends. Weekends I eat whatever I want, but during the weekday I really try to stick to it. But you can't not go with stuff. You have to pig out every so often.
Yeah.
I just eat a lot. It's a lot of less bread and less sugar. When you just cut a lot of that out, it makes a huge difference.
So it is 2.2 pounds for every. Yeah, there you go. I was right. 3 kids in
Hi,
5
I'm
years
a
killed
breath.
my bod.
Well, yeah, 3 kids will. Jesus, I only had one and he killed me. One time for his birthday, I got him a birthday card and I wrote, "Thanks for breaking my vagina."
Ah, that's funny.
I have a sense of humor, so.
Yeah,
Michael
that's
W.
funny though.
Awesome job, Gina. It's hard work. I've lost 85 pounds and 40 more to go. Oh my God, Michelle. That's fabulous.
That's
I love,
amazing.
you know what? The great thing about Planet Fitness is if you get their Black Card membership, you can go to any Planet Fitness anywhere. I used to come early in the morning and go to the one here in Dedham, and then I'd go work out or tan or whatever, and then come down to
Hey,
the
Paul.
courthouse. Yeah, I'd go at 5 in the morning. Hi, Paul. Tell
No, it's great.
Cynthia I said hi.
Cynthia was in here earlier on. No, that's so 33 kilograms is 72 pounds. Luby Lou is lost. Luby G is lost.
It's amazing, like how when you like you look at the numbers. I didn't see it as much, but then everyone was watching the ID investigation thing that they just did, a
Yeah.
body in the snow with Karen, and everyone was like, holy shit, like, because they see me all the time, but then seeing me then how big I was, and then I'm further down now, it's
You're doing well.
shocked.
Hey,
Yeah.
Eric.
Hi, Eric.
Kendall says, keep going, Dina. I've lost £100 since September. Fucking hell, that's amazing.
Good job, Kendall.
Cheapers, creepers. I've lost £6 in 3 weeks. Fucking hell. It puts me to shame, doesn't it?
No, Dylan. It's 6 pounds. Is 6 pounds, dude.
I know.
Just be proud of
I got
yourself
into it.
over that. Mine didn't start off. In Dedham, it's not a day at the courthouse unless you hear sirens. Here they come.
Here they come.
Walking down the street. Get the funniest love song. Ready? Hey, hey, with the monkeys.
Hey,
People
we
say we're
love
monkey
monkey around.
around, but we're too busy singing to put anybody down. Hey, today is Aretha Franklin's birthday.
Is it?
Yep, and it's also Elton John's. And tomorrow, guess whose birthday is tomorrow?
Yours.
Steven Tyler, Aerosmith.
Oh, right. I thought it was yours. I thought, jeepers.
No, mine was just February. I turned 58. I just had
You
mine.
did. You did.
Yes.
I thought it was 28, yeah?
No, not 28. I'm proud to say I'm 58.
Yeah.
It is what it is. How do you feel? Do you feel better, Chappie? That's all that matters. Yeah, 6 pounds. Don't you feel better with 6 pounds gone?
I don't know. I've still got sleep apnea. I'm still waiting for my sleep apnea machine. I need that. I can't sleep at the minute. Well, I'm sleeping, but I'm sleeping all the time. So.
Oh, those CPAP machines make a huge difference.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it. I've got sleep apnea. I've been waiting a month and a half now, 7 weeks.
Why? We could have mailed you one out.
Yeah, we've just I'm chasing. I wanted to bring it out to America with me, but I don't think I will. So.
Wow, is that your health insurance over there? It takes that long?
Yeah, we just go away for a consultant, so it takes forever. And I had a test 7 weeks ago, and I'm still waiting.
So do you need the full mask or just the nose piece?
I've no idea. No idea.
Fuck it, we should just send you one. Here, when you get the sleep study, you get it, and then they send you right over to get your CPAP machine.
Yeah, we
and
don't
wait
get
till
that.
you get it, you'll sleep way better. I have one. It's not a sexy looking thing.
Oh, no, I know. I can imagine. But
Yeah, especially being single, and if you bring someone home and it's like, let me put my CPAP machine on.
Renee lost £6 in the last month. Well done, you.
Good job, Renee. Renee, you're thin as a thing. You're thin as a rail already. She's gorgeous.
Kim said, I gained 15 since I quit smoking, but you quit smoking. So
yeah, I picked smoking back up. The 23rd would have been 2 years, and I smoked this last month. I'm freaking disgusted with myself.
I've been 4 years now, right? And I don't drink because of it. If I drink, I want to smoke, so that's why I don't drink.
That's what happened. Why I lit back up. I went out a night of drinking and some family shit, and everyone was smoking. I lit up, and it's been like a fucking road race since then. I got to put them back down.
Lupici said, borrow the court reporter's mask. Yeah, she's got an awesome mark.
I miss her. She was hysterical. She used to drive through the buffer zone every morning. I mean, we have pictures with her, but we never posted them. Like, we just lean in by her car. But she had a great sense of humor. You need a diet to help you gain weight? Aaron, go get Inshore and then get Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Throw it in a blender and start drinking those every day. You will gain weight. You don't look a day over 30. Yeah.
Yeah. Dina, help
Dina,
me talk about insurance fraud.
I know charges will come soon. Charges will come. There's
No
no
weather hot
weather.
enough to go with speedos. Uh,
So once Karen walks in, I am going to take a breather from this while you do the
yeah. Well, it's
the
caught
thing.
up then, so it's fine.
Right.
Dina,
Oh, hold
Frosty
on a
says you're
second.
hilarious.
Thank you, Frosty. Hold on. Chrissy wants to show her shirt or her
Hey,
boobs,
hello.
whatever.
Kathy,
Can you just keep your boobs to yourself?
well,
Bing
Kathy
bong.
O'Grady's shirt, Jean
Yep.
Reed, and then Weinberg finally added because everybody forgets about Weinberg.
Yes.
Everybody does forget about Weinberg.
Yes.
That's Weinberg. He's
That's
doing the
Brady.
appeal.
Yes.
That's one of Karen's lawyers.
The first district court.
Yes.
Small but mighty.
Small but mighty. The
There you
shirt,
go.
not
Because
Chrissy's
everybody
I was
boobs.
going to say they're not small and
Everyone
mighty.
went
They're big and
crazy and
mighty.
bought the better ones before he was allowed, and now he's not allowed.
Right.
So I waited.
And if anybody in the chat's wondering who Chrissy is, if you watch the DUI guy's video, that was Chrissy that was holding the sign out in front of Grant.
Everyone knows who Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
he
Emma.
is on resistance too.
Dylan knows who I am.
Yeah, I know. I know Chrissy.
Yeah.
Fairy Raven, I like that name. Fairy Raven. I love fairies. Look at, I'll show you my tattoo. Oops. Hold on a second. I gotta go this way.
Cheech is in the house.
No. I was trying to show them my tattoo.
I thought you were going to show something else there. Oh, wow. That's a huge.
That's a fairy. I love fairies.
There you go.
What is
Cheech
that
says,
sheet?
she says hello to you.
I know. Hi, Cheech, my dancing partner, but what did she put in the chat?
Just hello, everyone.
Is that a picture of us dancing or something at the party the other
Oh, it's
night?
waving.
Oh,
Big and mighty, yes.
Dylan, big and mighty. Hi, Kim. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Lisa was at the party too.
Did the sign go out?
Hi, Shop Mom. Hi, Erin. I miss Chrissy. There was someone that just wrote she misses Chrissy. She misses
Oh, so, there you go.
There she is.
Hi, Erin. I miss everybody.
I know. Hi, Dina, Dylan, and Chrissy. Lisa, and Cult Jam.
Lisa. What's that saying? Oh,
There you go.
Haha, Dina, it's pink hands.
He doesn't come across sometimes, Jeremy. It's the pink hands.
oh.
Please. Another one.
Oh, yeah, this goes on all day long. It isn't Dedham without sirens.
So, are you getting ready for security detail now? Yeah.
Yeah, I usually walk through with it. Not as much. The boys pretty much have it, but I'm another body, so the cameras don't do anything. Usually on the way out, I do it more because they bombard her.
How are you?
And the media is terrible.
Weekend.
Good.
Yeah, not long enough.
I've been wanting to talk to them lately.
Say hi, everyone.
Oh, you on live? Hi, guys.
Hey, Erica.
Erica's on tonight.
Who's that? Oh, hi, Dill. My
Hey,
bad.
Erica.
How are you?
How are you doing? Yeah, well. Good luck tonight.
Good. Good
Looking
morning.
forward to.
Or good afternoon, right? It's the afternoon
Good
for him,
afternoon for
right?
us. Good afternoon for us. Yes.
It feels like it's like 9:00 in the morning, but it's really not.
Yeah. It was nice because there wasn't as much traffic. Yeah.
Good.
Chill.
Fucking hell, the chat's popping now. Erica's Erica. Hi, Erica. Hi, Erica. Erica, yay, Erica.
My
Jeepers.
people.
Hi, Twirl. I just
Hey,
saw
my
it,
guy,
Bobby.
my baby daddy. No, I'm just kidding. Love the rumors, you know.
Oh, shit.
How's everybody doing this morning, though? Good? We all good?
Well, all the rumors that come out, they all think we're this like sex cult and stuff. We're all sleeping with each other.
Hey, we
Here for what,
we
3
hope.
minutes last week. He had 8 viewers on his live. I think he has a total of 300 subscribers, and he started a rumor that Tema and me.
Oh my God, it's crazy. Doesn't that make?
Hey,
have
so he
anything
started
better
it on
to do?
Twitter, right? So I was like, you should ask my husband, honestly. See what he has to say about it, you know? Funny.
Erica, Dina, and Dylan's. Hey, Sass, Maz.
Like I told her.
Hi, Rhode Island lady.
My husband said it was big enough.
They can say whatever. they
Almost
want,
2. Oh my
actually,
God,
quite
I'm off
frankly.
enjoying replay. Oh, have a good night. Bye,
So
Good
sick
Lucy.
of
night, Loopy.
It's like not even myself on my feet.
It's 2 a.m. where she
And
is.
then I've defended people that.
Fuck
She's
the
a
room. Oh,
cadaver.
there's all sorts of rumors. The trolls put out that I slept with Tom CPU. No, did not happen. I like motorcycle guys. Come on now.
You like riding?
I like those red flag kind of guys. Blue collar workers.
I'm gonna get a Harley.
That'll start rumors already, Patrick. During the when we were in court before, motorcycles used to go by, I go crazy. I hear that roar of the motorcycle. I'm like, ah, you know. Yeah, fuck the drama. Eric was supposed to be a secret. Oh, street girl, nothing's a secret in this movement.
Yeah.
Fuck the
I
drama. You're right.
fuck the drama. I know. You just gotta laugh about it. It's ridiculous.
I think you get
Totally
used to it after a while. It
You
takes
do.
time, but you get used to it. But if you're not used to it, it does, you know, it's not nice.
No names, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You do. You get used to it. You get thick skin. I do too. I have my motorcycle license. I'm just a terrible motorcycle driver. I dumped it twice.
Oh wow.
So
I
I
never
belong
could.
on the back of a motor. I'm the bitch on the back. That's where I
You're
belong.
right on the back. You are. Yeah, I know.
I
I
did
know the
love
type.
Chips, the TV show. Who didn't like Chips? Chips was off. What was his name? Eric Estrada. Eric Estrada.
So
I
Deb,
married a motorcycle guy.
so
Good for you. I need a motorcycle guy.
he's got a big moustache, so she can hold on to it.
I have an electric scooter.
That's
I have
what-
an electric
Is that
scooter.
okay? I can put saddlebags on it. It'll kind of look.
Tina Bow's here
Is he here?
Yeah.
with the speaker. Does he have a speaker on?
I don't know.
I don't know. Was that who was standing right here? Was
He has a
Bow?
ponytail.
No, he's down.
Yeah.
Oh, Bow's here. I thought the Glera was your.
Did you
The
see
Glera is my one and only, but the Glera really doesn't want me. I'm too
And he's in
old for the
Tennessee.
Glera.
He's in
The
Tennessee.
Glera is like to me, like a Farrah Fawcett poster. Like all the guys had a poster of Farrah Fawcett and they all dreamed of it. That's the Glera. I need a poster of the Glera. He's like my Farrah Fawcett.
He said that was like this bad guy.
Nice to look at.
I don't follow her.
I'd break him anyways.
Accent of a Bow's
He's scared of me. Hi, sir.
Good morning, Rebecca.
Arcade by cake. Yes. So we think that McCain's a win. And that's exactly what
There's a
Right
big
on.
crowd down here, but we'll walk down after.
That's fine. I'm just trying to keep up the chat there.
Dina, I dumped 3 bikes. It was either the Benz or the bike. Exactly, Cheech. I dumped mine twice. Once was my fault, once wasn't. But I just renewed my motorcycle license again because maybe someday I'll get a trike or something. You know?
Good morning, one grateful mom.
Hi, one grateful mom. Hi, Betty. Hi, Betty. Oh, the sun feels good. I need a poster of Dylan. Ah!
Oops. A celebrity too, Tina.
Love that poster. Farrah Fawcett poster was phenomenal. Everybody had.
Tits and clams, that's a charity. Tits and clams, that's a charity.
So I had to play that. Because Charity and everybody, and for the lesbians in chat.
I also had a poster of the Bay City Rollers in my room too, back in the day.
Jeepers, you're aging yourself now, aren't you?
I know I'm aging myself. I'm old. Esty, come say hi to. It's on Dylan and Resistant.
Good afternoon.
Well, yes. Good morning to you, Esty. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very. That was a great British accent you had there.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't do accents very well. I do try, but sometimes I get shut down saying, "What are you doing?" And I say, "I have no idea what I'm doing. I just do it."
I love it. I love it.
So everybody out there, watch Esty's channel when she does the fundraising for Karen.
Oh yeah, she has a channel. She.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want one. I've been asked. When the trial first started, some manager guy came up and asked if I wanted to start one, and I'm like, no, no thanks. I like to pop on when I want to. I don't need a schedule or someone telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I like to wing it.
Yeah. No, I know. It's not always the greatest thing to have a channel, but
Yeah.
You can go on any channel you want, though. Do you know what I mean? So it's
Right. I
good.
can just call you and be like, "Can I come on?" Or call Dana, like, "Can I come on?" And it's
Yeah.
fine.
Normally you say, "Can I come?" And I'm like, "Yeah, anytime you want. It's fine."
There's a lot of people down there, but I want to get them when they walk in and pull up. So I'll wait right here.
I was just impressed, James, that Esty gave her a chance. She's good.
Was that
She's cool.
German? That's what is court all day. Yes, probably. Well, it's half the day's already gone already. It's almost
Yeah.
11. So,
And she finishes at 4. So Anna now will lunch break. So
but at least it's nice out. Kind of, sort of. There's a little chill, but there's a lot of people down here today.
yeah, Emma, Fairy, 3 o'clock Welsh and Irish and Scottish time. It is, yes. Because we have to work out, because at the minute we're 4 hours behind you, right? But normally we're 5 hours behind you normally. But
All right,
we're
I'm turning this around because I have a feeling they're coming.
Okay. Kurt's there. We see the back of Kurt and Minion Mike as well.
And Jack. Hey, Jack. Jack. Do that on TV. It's a joke because Jack keeps on going into court, and we're like, "What are you doing to get into court this much?"
We're enjoying your little light. Your little light, isn't
Oh
it
my
pretty?
God! Yes, every night I have that on right by my head.
I love it.
I do too.
We make them.
You guys, I know you guys did a fabulous job at the party. You really did. They made these centerpieces for Allison's party, and it's like mason jars, and they painted the inside, and they put all little sea animals on it, and it's
Oh,
blue, and they put lights inside. I love it. I sleep with it right by my pink Himalayan light. So they
it
did a
looked
good.
good though.
It's good
It,
because I
Oh, it looked really good.
I just did
well,
my
fair play to
bathroom. I just did my bathroom over in like nautical, like a I got a navy blue anchors,
Mm-hmm.
and then I like went to Hobby Lobby. I got a seahorse, a turtle, and a jellyfish. So at night when I light that up on my bathroom shelf, it's so freaking pretty.
Oh my God, these women are so
I'm
crafty
like,
in
where's
this movement.
the nautical stuff when you need it? When you don't want it, it's
Yeah,
everywhere. But when you want it, you
you can't find it.
Back to replay.
Oh, there's a concert on this green thing here
oh yeah.
on the 4th of April,
oh
Friday.
jeepers.
Yeah, and then the farmers market. They're trying to say the farmers market.
Saturdays.
Yeah,
It's not even on a court
Saturdays.
day. It's not even on a weekday.
Someone should, take a picture of that or something, because they're putting that in part of the motion to move the buffer zone. The farmers market's on Saturdays. It's not even during the weekday schedule. They're using that as an excuse not to let us in the buffer zone. Hey, Tom, did you see this? Look it. The farmers market's on Saturdays. They
Hey,
were using
Tracy.
that as part of the buffer zone thing, saying
Hey,
it was
sure.
during the
I
weekday.
sure the fuck hope not.
Yeah, they were.
They were. It's in the thing about they talked about the business
I went in
owners.
this morning and requested the letter that they're talking about referring to that. I asked for that letter.
Oh, well, look
That-
it. It's
oh,
on
it's on
freaking
Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Oh wait, that's the winter spring. Weekly, April. Oh.
November, December, January, February, March.
Oh, and then weekly.
Yeah.
Winter
On
spring.
Saturdays,
Yeah.
every week,
That
Saturday,
is,
10 o'clock.
so they're using that as an excuse to get us out of here, and it's not even true.
Boy, it's a good thing I followed that one down this morning. That's bullshit.
Yeah. The little things we find out just walking around, I'm telling you.
The little things they matter.
Well, in the motion to move the buffer zone, supposedly the people here for the farmers market wrote a letter in saying that they were concerned about us people in the buffer zone being here for the farmers market. Now there's a sign out here advertising that the farmers market's on a Saturday. So how
Hmm.
fucked up is that? It's not during the weekday during trial days. They're just trying to get rid of us out of the buffer zone. Here they
Yeah.
are.
Oh, cool. So they have arrived, Karen
Yeah,
and the
they
team.
have arrived. Yeah.
Happy days. Security all set up.
Yeah.
Right, I'll mute myself now so we can hear.
Watch out for the camera behind you, Kurt.
I love your bags, by the way.
I'm so sorry.
Good morning.
Go get him.
Good morning, Liza. Go get him.
Like getting out of the ring. You gotta get through the rope.
Good morning, Alessi.
Good morning. How are
Go
you?
get him.
Thank you. Thanks, Dawn. You didn't need the microwave? What? No, not yet.
Good morning, Yannetti.
Good morning, Dina. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Always.
A nice one.
Good job, team.
Mr. J. Take it to a photo.
Nice to see you guys. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Just do it. Get him, guys. All right, guys, I'm signing off for a while.
Yeah, we'll see you
All
on the
right.
break. See you on the
Okay.
break.
I'll see you at the break. Bye.
Bye, my darling. Hey now. Right, thank you, Dina. I'll get the stream up and running. We'll go to Core TV. Hopefully they will be running okay today. Just a reminder, this will be ad-free as well. We're not going to be playing ads or anything. Let me play it. Why the hell has it paused now? The thing has paused, but the ticker's still going. So let me find a backup stream just in case. I try and get up every morning. Sasmas. Not always successful. They are in court today. Yes, another hearing. Robin G, stop making me laugh, Robin G. Yeah, we're collaborating for all the trials, so we look forward to that. As I say, it's going to be ad-free, so those of you who have not got YouTube Premium, you can watch it here. You will not be disrupted by ads for the trial for the whole duration of any Karen Reid related stuff. We're trying to make the viewer experience a lot better. All we ask from you is that you like and subscribe, both myself and Resistant to Silence. Right, let me get a spare stream here. Because Core TV looks like the fan has stopped going, and I don't like that. I like to see the fan go. Go, go, go. Karen Reid. It will have paused. Jesse, go. Thank you, Rhode Island. Thank you for dialing. Jesse, I hate Jesse so much. Let me go and Resist the Silence. Done that. Let me go find the trial. You see, people say that men can't multitask, and I am a living proof that we can't. Hearing, isn't it? Hear it real good. Da, 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 da. Right, let me refresh this then. Let me get a backup stream. Should we do law and crime? There we go. Do law and crime just in case it's not live yet. But anyway, the court is open. So what can we do? So how are we, beautiful people? I hope everyone is well today. But when you open it, there should be a chat bubble at the top left corner. Click on that. Dina will be back though. Don't you worry. Pocket Rocket will be back during the break. So hopefully, as some of you, well, I hope you all know that there is. Do they have hot dogs? They do. I love hot dogs. I'm not sure if they're going to be the same as what you have in America, but yeah, we do have like big hot dogs. I love them. I love them. Dana's trying. I'm trying to watch, listen, work, and prep for tonight. I'm fully. Sorry, but James, thank you, sir. Cover the advert money. Thank you, sir. And for biscuits, not for biscuit, and for biscuits, not for biscuits, though, Delan. I know we're not gonna have biscuits here. We're not. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, James. And yeah, I love hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Bit of mustard, bit of ketchup. I don't like gherkins and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't like any of that crap. Like onions, okay, but I don't really need it. Just give me a roll, hot dog in it, bit of mustard, bit of ketchup. I can't deep throat it or anything like that. So, but I will eat it in a few bites. So, for those that don't know, there is now an appeal gone in to the First District Court to delay the trial. Weinberg put it in. So, if you hadn't heard that, that went in on Friday. So they're trying to get the court to delay this trial, but who knows if they will do that or not. We're just waiting to hear if they will do that and overrule Aunt Bev. There you go. Thank you, Chili. I'm not chili. I don't like spice. I don't like hot stuff, except if they're Latinos or something like that. Then their hot stuff is fine. But thank you, James. Natural casing. I don't know what natural castings are, shop mum. I don't know what they are, so I'll believe you. Oh my god, you got it, you got it. There you go, the hot dogs, ketchup on hot dog. I like a bit of mustard, bit of ketchup. Yeah, I'm a big believer. I believe I can fly. Hey Vixie, hey Dana. Hot dogs and beans cooked. I've never had beans, if I'm being honest. But you're probably talking about different kind of beans, Robin. To be fair. Chili's not spicy in hot dogs. Well, I believe you. No, chili dogs aren't hot. Okay, I believe you. The steamer. Yes. I want to try all the food in Boston. I do. I have dried onions, mustard and ketchup on my fried onions. I do as well, to a certain extent. People like raw onions, and I'm not a big fan of raw. Steamer is amazing. We'll have to have the steamer out then, Paul. And we'll have to have some cookies for dessert. Ketchup, mustard, onion. Well, this is interesting because this is all UK people. James and Vixie are all saying the same as me. Baked beans, Heinz. When do I beans and dogs? I do barbecue sauce in mine. Now we're talking, people. Now you make me hungry. Chili cheese dogs. Fenwick Franks for Dylan. Okay, I'll try that. So no, how the hell do we go to hot dogs? We've gone from Karen Reed, Weinberg, wieners to now talk about hot dogs. Now I'm hungry. What do they call the hot dogs with a different sauce before River? I forget. Hell yeah. What? And you've also got corn dogs. Is it corn dogs? Oh, I love Easter eggs. Corn dogs, is that a thing in America? I like any hot dog and with any toppings. Oh, I'm a bit fussy on the toppings, Gary. And I don't know what the casting thing is. Do you know what the casting thing is, Gary? I don't think I've tried that before. They are foodies. There you go. Wasn't even mine. Happy days. Right. Let's refresh Law and Crime then to see if that is live. Corn dogs are hot dogs with butter on them. Oh, nice. That sounds nice. Never heard of Pronto Pups. Belly growling. I'm sorry, Pete. Blame Paul Lynch. She brought it up. Paul brought it up. Haven't eaten a hot dog since 1977. Cheapers. Depends what time of day it is. I did not expect us to have this conversation, people. But one thing I did expect us to do, remember, if you are here and you want some new merch, if you haven't got any, and you want to get a Resist the Silence merch, I can vouch for it. I'm wearing a t-shirt right now. It is very, very nice. T-shirts are $30, hoodies are $50, or combine them both, get $80, and Venmo your size and color to Tracy dash Murray dash 1111. That's Tracy dash Murray dash 1111. I cannot recommend these t-shirts enough. The t-shirts are lovely. I'm going to get a hoodie as well. But if you haven't got any yet, please get your Resist the Silence merch. It is super, super nice. Now I can't get the screen back. Fuck. There we are. We're back. You see, got mine on. Got mine on. True to size as well. There you go. We call them tech dogs here. Final touch cover barbecue, broil a few minutes, chef's kiss. Red coving on, as I know, some hot dogs have. Oh, I've seen them on TV. I've never tried one though, Gary, so I'm not sure what they'll be like. No ketchup on hot dogs. Yeah, but you're bland. You're boring, Dina. Oh, that's why, because you got ill. Yikes. Right. Why are we waiting? We are suffocating. How awesome are those people out there, though, boots on the ground? How awesome are they all out there? Out there in every weather going. Um, but why have they got this and it's not running? I'll have to look into it, Gary. I've never tried it, so I'll have to look into that. Oh, she's got to finish. So, just as a reminder, we cannot see the court. We can see the fan though, but we can't see the court until Aunt Bev arrives. She will tell us when we can go live, like the mofo she is. So I'm just trying to find another stream. Whilst I do, let's play one. Dane and Dennis walking down the street. Dane and Dennis, the kind I'd like to meet. Dane and Dennis, they used to wear these tight old thongs. They didn't like them, so they're gone. Dane and Dennis walking down the street. Dane and Dennis, the kind you'd like to meet. Dane and Dennis, these two who look at them, they're definitely growers, not showers. Dane and Dennis walking down the street. Dane and Dennis, the kind I'd like to meet, and I can't wait to go to meet these two speedos pro. See you in Boston, boys. Right. I'm just gonna try it one more time for. No, that's not. Hang on. Hang on, it's live. So let me get this. Let me swap streams. It is live. Let me swap streams. I've paused it. So we will not miss anything. I paused it. It's live on Law and Crime.
Morning, Your Honor. Robert Alessi on behalf of Ms. Reed.
Mr. Lexi.
Good morning, Judge.
Talking about Michael Easter. Mr. Jackson. All right, so.
Reed.
Mr. Lexi.
Good morning, Judge. David Yannick.
Mr. Nettie. Good morning, Mr. All right, so before we begin, Mr. Jackson, when we left the other day, when we were talking about Michael Easter, I gave you the opportunity to get some authority on expert testimony and voter defense. Were you able to do that?
We were.
Do you have something to file?
Yes, it was filed yesterday. I do have a courtesy copy for the clerk.
Okay.
And I can, if the court wishes, we
No,
can take that on.
that's,
That's just suffice.
I think so, I'll take a look at it.
It's got everything in it that I would say orally anyway, but if the court has any questions, I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right. Thank you. All right, so thank you. So similarly, regarding the third-party culprit argument the other day, Ms. Yanegi, I see you did file something late yesterday, so I got that. I'm just wondering if either the Commonwealth or the defendant want to be heard on that.
The Commonwealth does.
Okay, so I'll hear you, Mr. Burnham.
Your Honor asks for a proffer from the defense regarding third-party culprit. Alternatively, evidence that would be separate regarding third-party culprit aspect of Bowden. We received some information from the defense that does not distinguish whether their intention is that it applies to third-party culprit or whether it applies to a third-party culprit aspect of Bowden. Those concepts are logically and legally distinct. Regardless, when you look at the proffer by the defense, it is insufficient and inadequate for both third-party culprit and for any third-party culprit aspect of Bowden. Two different analyses, but the evidence is equally feeble for both. Relative to third-party culprit evidence, there are a number of cases that I know Your Honor is aware of that guide the standard of third-party culprit evidence. Not to iterate the law because it is clear, but there must be relevance, there must be a substantial nexus between the claims of the defense and the third-party culprit theory. They provided us 3 people that they identify as third-party culprits. It's helpful just for a quick synopsis of the history. In this case, prior to the first trial, the defense never identified a third-party culprit. At some point, the defendant herself said that they knew who the third-party culprit was, and recently, the position of the defense has shifted that they don't know and don't need to know. Now, the law accommodates specifically identifying somebody. It also accommodates general, but it has to have specificity in the complaint. There has to be a motive, an opportunity, and an intention. There has to be evidence that draws the correlation. It can't be bad character, speculative, or just putting out information that's negative towards a witness so that that can backdoor prior bad acts against a witness and be used for a different purpose. They identified one person, Colin Albert. And in their proffer, what they offer, number one, and it's important to take them separately because it shows how feeble it actually is. The first thing they say about Colin Albert is he had a feud with John O'Keefe in the weeks and months leading up to January 29, 2022. Now, other than maybe on social media or in interviews with the defendant in national broadcast, there's no evidence of that. There is no evidence that's going to be admitted at this trial that shows there was a feud between Colin Albert and John O'Keefe. There is no evidence that there was any hostility between Colin Albert and John O'Keefe. There's no evidence of a motive to kill John O'Keefe by Colin Albert. There is no evidence of any motive, of any intention, or of any opportunity whatsoever. In fact, the evidence is that Colin Albert was not even at 34 Fairview at the time John O'Keefe arrived there on January 29, 2022. And so simply saying it is not evidence. And an attorney should not be allowed to confront a witness about an allegation that has no factual basis for them to then have to defend the accusation. The prejudice then seeps to the jury, and the Commonwealth is in the position of having to disprove a claim that had no basis to begin with. The second claim that they make regarding Colin Albert is that he had thrown beer cans in Mr. O'Keefe's bushes and told Mr. O'Keefe to F off in his face. There is no basis for those claims. There is no witness for those claims. There's no information regarding those claims. I understand there may have been a party where there was beer cans, but there was no Colin Albert. So to attribute a situation or incident to him, the defense would need some good faith proof, actual proof, fact, that this actually happened. And there's no evidence whatsoever that Colin Albert threw beer cans in Mr. O'Keefe's bushes and told him to F off. And the reason there's no proof is because it didn't happen. So again, the defense asks for an invitation to simply cross-examine a witness, allege a prior bad act, and then the witness has to defend their honor and the government has to disprove it. That is not the cloth that third-party culprit is made from. Regarding the suggestion that there was some type of feud or tough relationship, I saw on a video that there were two radio personalities, and I have the clip, who spoke and met with Karen Reed, and during the conversations, at least they relayed that there was some claims about a drug issue, and according, not to the defendant, but according to the interviewers who supposedly interviewed her, they said that the story is completely false. They attribute this to Karen Reed. People are trying to make it more dramatic, like Colin would have a reason to hate John O'Keefe. That never happened, referring to some drug claim. He did not report him for anything. And so what we know is there is no history of animosity between Colin Albert and John O'Keefe. We know that there was no animosity between his family and John O'Keefe. The only event known is that at some point, Colin Albert's younger brother ran across John's lawn. Mr. O'Keefe supposedly yelled at him and then bought him candy as an apology. That's it. So we have an alleged third-party culprit, a very strong claim, with no evidence, no motive, no opportunity, not even present at the time that this alleged collision occurred. And so in that absence of evidence, it's not even feasible. Colin Albert should not be brought to the stand, attacked with acts that didn't occur, that otherwise would have no admissibility. Really, it seems to be a backdoor way to tarnish his reputation and then bind him with other people the defense would like to attack, to make a general suggestion that somehow this group of people are bad people. I know at the last trial, there was pictures of Colin Albert's knuckles that were scraped, and inevitably it turns out that picture, and I think the exhibits were introduced at trial, was taken much later. Pictures taken before that point show that Colin Albert's knuckles on the 9th and 11th of February weren't scraped at all. So because he had scraped knuckles, subsequently, because he may have done a video that some use would maybe do and threaten somebody else, not John O'Keefe, has nothing to do with this case whatsoever. It's an attempt to introduce alleged aggression or prior bad acts, but there's no bind whatsoever. The second person that the defense would like to identify as a third-party culprit is Brian Albert. And this is some of the gross generalizations that you see with Colin Albert. No specificity, but trying to assault his general character by generally suggesting things that may or may not be accurate in just telling part of the story. They claim he didn't have a good reputation among fellow police officers. No evidence. They claim it, and even if it was so, has nothing to do with this case. Known as a bully. So rumor clearly is not admissible in a criminal case. Had a history of sucker punching officers. We don't see any specificity. We don't see any evidence. We don't see any information. We just see a general attempt at a character assassination to portray him as somebody who is either capable or a bully. Nothing relative to John O'Keefe. Nothing. They suggest, and I'm not sure what the basis for this is, that he was drinking heavily that day when he went to a funeral with Mr. Higgins and another person. It is true that he was at the hillside around 9 o'clock and was drinking around 9 o'clock. So all of this information is just general inflammatory accusations about character. They say he was a trained boxer because when he worked out, he boxed and he was engaged in charity events, some dating back to 2003. By that standard, anybody in the neighborhood who has any self-defense training, mixed martial arts, or boxer would be on the target list. The fact that he is a police officer and that he is physically fit and that he trained to protect himself doesn't make him a third-party culprit. It is this general suggestion of strength and distorted into a hopefully perceived sense of violence that it has no root at all, no root. They went as far to say he was investigated by BPD for violent conduct, but they don't give any details. If they looked, they could go online, they could investigate potentially. There is no sustained findings that are known to the Commonwealth against Brian Albert in internal affairs, none whatsoever, ever. And so to make the suggestion he was investigated by BPD for violent conduct, they provide no fact. I'll say, even though it is off base entirely, it has nothing to do with John O'Keefe. They're trying to suggest that he has a propensity for violence. And they don't do it very well because they provide no details. These are all just general accusations by the defense. In fact, I would say it's not important or admissible. You can't bolster the good character of a witness, but to simply make suggestions of bad character is not any root or tethering to this case specifically. Instead of bad character, Brian Albert was a two-time recipient of the George Hanner Award, has many, many medals of honor from the Boston Police Department, but that is not the issue. They suggest that he was involved, so they know that they have to tie him not only to the scene, but somehow to Mr. O'Keefe, and other than being at the bar that night and Mr. O'Keefe and Miss Reed pulling in front of his property that night, there is no association between the two. They say he's present at the scene of death. By all evidence, Mr. O'Keefe died feet from the street near the flagpole in front of 34 Fairview. So that's a little bit broad. He wasn't present at the scene of the death. He wasn't there. That happened out front on the front yard near the flagpole, about 70 feet from his house. The body was found feet from his front door, arguably, okay, 70 feet, 75 feet. He admits to being home. He doesn't have to admit he was home. Now, here is another claim without any evidence whatsoever. The defense states emphatically, computer forensic data overwhelmingly establishes O'Keefe entered Albert's house. I haven't seen that evidence. Based on what? So if they're going to make an offer of proof to the court and they're going to make claims to substantiate this theory, they have to have proof of it. And in their motion, I see no proof whatsoever that overwhelmingly establishes John O'Keefe went into the Albert house. In fact, what we see is the opposite. In the past trial, numerous people were called. Every single person that was asked stated they did not see John O'Keefe enter that home. Every single person. Now, whether you believe it or not is irrelevant. What's relevant is there's nothing to the opposite. There's an absence of evidence to the opposite. In fact, the phone data and the Waze data and the GPS and all the data puts John O'Keefe at the front yard, not in the house. So if they're asking the court to make a finding of substantial link and substantial proof that John O'Keefe was in the house, they have to actually give you the facts and the science and the data to support that. And I don't expect that will happen. They add that there is going to be expert testimony that the scratch on John O'Keefe's arm was from an animal or a large dog. And because Brian Albert had a dog in the house, there is some type of inference. Dr. Russell has already testified at the Lanigan hearing that she's not saying that those bite marks were from Chloe. Although it has not been decided by the court, Dr. Crosby has done molds that show that the teeth comparison is totally an opposite. And so even the defense is not saying, as I see from the disclosures, that Chloe bit John O'Keefe. Their version, which we don't agree with, is that a large animal or a dog caused these wounds. They don't say where, they don't say when, they don't say how. And so that is not a link so that Brian Albert becomes a third-party culprit. Finally, in a way to try to create some type of traction against Brian Albert, they associate him with Brian Higgins because they spent the day together, because Brian Higgins, according to them, was rebuffed because of phone calls at night. All of these general claims with no fact predicate rely on innuendo, surmise, speculation, or just the creation of an inference that does not exist. There is no evidence Brian Albert had any motive whatsoever to harm John O'Keefe. None. There is not one witness, there's not one statement that Brian Albert had any animus whatsoever towards John O'Keefe. None. He did not have the motive, he did not have the opportunity, and there is no evidence that he was involved in any way in the alleged collision that happened in the front of his yard that night. Finally, the defense turned to Mr. Higgins. Mr. Higgins was at the Albert Address that night. John O'Keefe never went into the Albert Address that night. They take very, very select pieces of information, and I would suggest don't tell the whole story. And from that, they want us to speculate a motive. For example, they say that Karen Reed had kissed Mr. Higgins at John's house. That seems to be corroborated in the text messages. According to the text messages, Mr. Higgins essentially says that Miss Reed came up to him and planted a kiss on him. And there's quite a bit of text message exchange that you heard during trial about that interaction. And then at some point, Miss Reed went to Mr. Higgins' house. And so there was some interest that would appear from the text messages between the two, mutual. At best, there's a plethora of text messages where Miss Reed is pursuing Mr. Higgins, looking for his time, looking for his intention. In one, she says, of basically begging him to come over. Do you like me? Come over to my house. There are text messages talking about Mr. Higgins not having enough time for her. So there is a flirtatious relationship between the two of them. What we don't see is that somehow that creates a motive for Mr. Higgins to want to hurt or kill John O'Keefe. The fact that they are texting together and later that night he sends a text message because I think an inference the defense would raise is that he felt like he was ignored or wanted to know what was going on with their relationship, is not evidence of motive. In all of these text messages, you never see any animosity towards John O'Keefe. Mr. Higgins' text messages are virtually all kind towards John O'Keefe. It's uncomfortable, it's an awkward situation because both of them appear to be deceptive as it relates to John O'Keefe, but there is no vengeance, there is no anger. And so the suggestion that there is a motive because there was flirtatious text messages to then kill the man is beyond the pale. It's beyond any logical connection that would support third-party culprit. Brian Higgins sent a text message saying to John O'Keefe, asking if he was coming to the home that night, and they then attached the word he lured them to the house. I mean, we do look at this evidence not in a vacuum, but logically and realistically. Not knowing that Karen Reed was not going to come in when they arrived at the house, is it reasonable, is it rational, is it lucid to think that that Mr. Higgins was inviting them both over to the house, not knowing only one of them would get out of the car? Is the suggestion that Mr. Higgins was going to kill both of them? Or he was going to kill one of them, so the other one he would then set up for murder so that he wouldn't be able to see her anyways? The absurdity of the relationship between the claim and reality is so great that it will just run rampant through this trial. It will be unrelated, speculative, shotgun approach to claims that the witness will spend their time trying to explain and defend. It will distract the jury And it will serve the purpose, which the case law says it shouldn't, of taking attention off the facts at issue for the case we're here from. And that attempt to divert anybody but the defendant is the attempt here. That's why we have three, we don't know who, but three potential third-party culprit evidences with absolutely fragile evidence. It's feeble. They, as their support, what they offer is they believe Mr. Higgins lied because he went to the Canton Police Department to do administrative work. And I think the evidence is clear that he had cars that he parked there as part of his job that he needed to clean off. So they are parsing words in an attempt to create a basis that doesn't exist. That there are calls between Mr. Albert and Mr. Higgins later that night. So what? They have no evidence that either of them spoke to each other. They have no evidence of conversations. They have no evidence of a conspiracy. They have no evidence of a cover-up. They have no evidence of a weapon. What we know is John O'Keefe never went in the home. And so to try to create this image based on obscure facts is not the substance that's required under third-party culprit. I know third-party culprit is a time-honored tradition and is a broad latitude, but it's not endless. It can't prejudice the Commonwealth. It can't distract the jury. It can't be based on fiction. It has to be based on an identifiable theory. The cases that have allowed third-party culprit that have been reported have actual people who could be a third-party culprit, who actually have relationships to the scene or the crime or the deceased. In this case, an attempt to call Mr. Higgins a liar or create fictions about what they think he could have been doing or guessing what they want him to do is not evidence. 9 people testified John never came into the house. 9 people. There is no overwhelming evidence or any evidence he went into the house. There is no evidence of motive on any of these 3 people they identified. They've had, before the last trial, the entire trial, and was aptly pointed out, no request for a third-party culprit instruction. And then they had since then to make an actual proffer that people actually have the motive, opportunity, and intent to do this, that there's actual evidence that there's this alternative theory, and they failed to do it. To have the defense go through a trial, distract the jury, attack the reputation and character of the witnesses, and then not even ask for an instruction at the end, it evidenced the fact that there is no basis for a third-party culprit. Now, separately, third-party culprit is part of Bowden. Even if the defense at the end does not warrant an instruction, I recognize that challenging a police investigation is virtually an entitlement of a defense. How they do it and the extent they can do it is a different story. Simply because they have an attack on the police investigation does not let them use third parties as part of that. And so the standard, Silva Santiago, is very clear, it's cited by almost every case, is that there has to be something the police didn't do at the time that they knew about and should have done. So at the time the police did their investigation as being criticized, they would have had to have known about a potential third-party culprit or third-party culprit evidence and didn't pursue it. And that's where the defense argument utterly fails here. Because at the time the police were doing this investigation, what they knew is that John O'Keefe was on the front lawn of 34 Fairview near the street. They knew that he was dying or is dead. And a number of witnesses knew that Miss Reed was saying, I hit him, I hit him, I hit him. A number of witnesses. Shortly thereafter, what the police knew is that Miss Reed's taillight was cracked. And shortly after, what they learned and knew after they got her car is that part of her taillight was missing. So at that time when they were doing their investigation, there was no claim of dog bites. That came months and months later. They went to 34 Fairview and they spoke to the owner, according to the witness testimony. and everything seemed appropriate. Concerned, confused, no blood, no scratches, no cover-up, no turned over furniture. There was nothing that would have alerted the police officers that there was any road to follow other than the road they followed. Now they can be criticized for plastic cups or leaf blowers, but that's different. That's different. In order to have third-party culprit under Bowden, the police would have to have known that there was information that targeted or pointed out a different person, and they didn't pursue it. So in the cases cited by both the Commonwealth and the defense, there are a number of cases that talk about information that was known to police at the time they were investigating and they failed to pursue it. That is not this case. That is not this case. There was nothing in any of these proffers that show actual evidence that the police knew of these later third-party culprit claims by the defense, or they knew at the time they were doing this investigation that there was any other lead. And likely the reason is because there wasn't. The evidence for a reasonable police officer pointed towards the statements, towards the car, towards the light, and that was followed up, which led to DNA and hair and all the other evidence that followed, the data. And so as a concession to the defense, they don't simply get to bring in third-party culprit through Bowden because they failed in the instant case to show a third-party culprit. That's not part of their entitlement. And mindful that if they do raise Bowden, whether they get an instruction or not, it is broad. And that means the police, including any police they would call in this case, or we would call, is entitled then to share their state of mind why they did not do something. That can open doors to inadmissible evidence, privileged materials. The state of mind of the officer is relevant if they make it relevant. So we should not engage in a process where we allow witnesses to be asked questions with no ability of the defense to follow up those questions with actual proof. We should not engage in a process where witnesses, their character is attacked when it has no relationship whatsoever to this crime. And witnesses shouldn't be put through the ordeal of defending themselves based on generalizations about supposedly being violent or having a temper. There needs to be that nexus, and it fails. It is beyond feeble. And so I ask Your Honor not to allow third-party culprit in the incident, and you should not allow it as part of Bowden.
All right, thank you. Yes.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth's motion raises three interconnected issues, not just two. I believe that two of those were conflated by the Commonwealth. I'd like to separate them out. The first issue is the introduction or admissibility of evidence relevant to show that somebody else harmed John O'Keefe. The second issue, which I think was conflated with the first, is whether after the introduction of such evidence, the defense is allowed to argue that a specific person or persons caused John O'Keefe's death. And then the third issue is whether the police properly investigated this matter in light of the information that they had or information they could have obtained or failed to follow up on to show that somebody else caused John O'Keefe's death. Regarding the first issue, which Mr. Brennan spent a lot of this argument on, there is ample evidence tending to show that somebody else caused John O'Keefe's death. In our opposition, we have cataloged the evidence against each of the potential third-party culprits that we named the last time we were in court. Each one of them had a motive and an opportunity to harm John O'Keefe. The investigators in this case had evidence that pointed to Brian Albert. Brian Albert is a violent man. He was not only a boxer who punched people in the ring, he was also a violent drunk who sucker punched other police officers. Those police officers are on our witness list. He's been investigated by the
Uh-oh. Right, what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Law and crime, what are you doing? Oh, it's one of those things law and crime does all the fucking time. Yeah, they're all like that.
With that interpretation of the evidence, but it exists. It's a live issue at trial. At the time John O'Keefe entered that house, an intoxicated Brian Albert was inside. He had been drinking day and night for hours at a time, and he was liquored up. He testified to that. He was at the hillside when he had his first drink in the afternoon, and he testified under oath he was drinking consistently the entire rest of the day and night. The Commonwealth says that every single person didn't see him in the house. Those same witnesses that the Commonwealth points to, every single one of them also did not see him on the front yard where Mr. Brennan claims that he was at the relevant time period. That day and night, Brian Albert was attached at the hip to his close friend, Brian Higgins. This was the night that after having carried on a flirtation with Ms. Reed while she was dating Mr. O'Keefe, Brian Higgins was confronted with Ms. Reed and Mr. O'Keefe together. In the words of one eyewitness, Ms. Reed and Mr. O'Keefe appeared to be lovey-dovey that night. Higgins had expressed his interest, but it went nowhere. And it went nowhere because prior to January 28th of 2022, Ms. Reed had rebuffed him, essentially ghosted him. She stopped returning his messages. Brian Higgins was liquored up that night as well. They're both very large men. The court saw them on the video. Friends who drank the entire day and night, and they were waiting in the house for Mr. O'Keefe to arrive. Mr. O'Keefe ended up dead because he went to Brian Albert's house. After Brian Higgins left, Brian Albert maintained contact with him. At 2:22 in the morning, the two of them were exchanging phone calls to check in with each other just a couple of hours after Mr. O'Keefe was mortally attacked. Mr. O'Keefe had dog bites and or scratches on his arm consistent with a dog or an animal attack. Brian Albert had a large German Shepherd who had attacked and injured somebody in the past. It all fits. The Commonwealth utterly failed to investigate Brian Albert as a potential suspect. And I'm sure the court remembers the words in a text message of now ex-trooper Michael Proctor, the lead investigator who's now been fired as a result, in part, of being biased in this investigation. I would point out also that when Mr. O'Keefe was in the house, both Brian Albert and Brian Higgins were unaccounted for, according to the testimony. With regard to Michael Proctor's words, he was asked specifically if the homeowner would catch any grief for having a deceased person on his front yard, and Michael
What is wrong with law and crime? Let me switch it, because law and crime is doing my nut in. I paused it. Law and crime playing up today.
that Brian Albert was a first responder. He chose to ignore his duty to help somebody in need and instead stayed in his bedroom. And Brian Albert's dog, the family dog, a member of the family for 7 years, Brian Albert got rid of the dog, shipped it to another state, only after it was made known in court that the defense was alleging that the dog had been involved in the attack on John O'Keefe. We showed photos of John O'Keefe's arm in a public hearing where it was clear to any unbiased observer that Mr. O'Keefe suffered those particular wounds from a dog or animal attack. Brian Albert responds to that allegation by essentially divorcing his family from their beloved dog, whom they had had for 7 years, and certainly considered to be a member of the family. In the aftermath of John O'Keefe's death, Brian Albert went so far as to send that family member to another state. That's enough evidence to point to Brian Albert as a potential third-party culprit in this case. It's evidence that he had the motive, intent, and opportunity to hurt John O'Keefe. Brian Higgins is another potential third-party culprit. Like Brian Albert, Brian Higgins was present at the scene of the crime. He was there at the relevant time, in the house, again, unaccounted for, at the same time John O'Keefe would have been there. Brian Albert had cause to back up his friend, but it was Higgins himself who was the one who had been flirting with Ms. Reed in the weeks leading up to January 29th. He testified that she kissed him goodbye after they had watched an NFL playoff game at a get-together not long before January 29th. He testified that she had visited him at his apartment after that, but he acknowledged that their text exchange and all contact between them ended, and Ms. Reed was the one to end the contact. She stopped responding to him. She no longer gave him any attention. So we come to January 28th. Brian Higgins sees Ms. Reed in person, but she's not alone. She's instead with Mr. O'Keefe. Ms. Reed and Mr. O'Keefe are affectionate with each other that night, and Higgins is there to see it, as is Brian Albert. There's evidence that Mr. Higgins wants Mr. O'Keefe to come to the Alberts' house that night. In fact, he appears fixated on making sure that Mr. O'Keefe went there. In the waterfall video, Your Honor, you will see that Higgins motions to Mr. O'Keefe when they're leaving. And Higgins even texts him directly after that to make sure that he was coming. Then Higgins goes to the Albert home. John O'Keefe goes inside. Higgins is there waiting for him, with both the motive and now the opportunity to hurt John O'Keefe. Like Brian Albert, there's evidence of his consciousness of guilt as well. After a long day of driving and drinking, Higgins leaves Brian Albert's residence, does not go home. Instead, he goes to the Canton Police in the early morning hours. He initially claims he went there to do administrative work. He changed that testimony at trial to him going there to move a vehicle. But he's always maintained, including in the first trial, that he never called anyone. We've learned since that trial that Higgins is at the station on video making a phone call. So I suppose the question is, why did he lie about that? The jury in this trial should be entitled to consider the answer to that question. And of course, the police never investigated who he was calling or what he said or who was calling him. Then he goes home and he still stays up. And at 2:22 in the morning, he's speaking by phone with Brian Albert. And he claims that they didn't, but the phone records don't lie. And this notion that these two men are somehow able to butt dial and butt answer each other is just ridiculous. And there's more consciousness of guilt evidence with regard to Higgins. When he realizes that investigators might be interested in the contents of his phone to see what evidence might be on it, he demonstrates consciousness of guilt by getting rid of his SIM card and the phone itself. And how he got rid of it was extraordinary and demonstrates just how badly he wanted to keep that information out of the hands of investigators. He admitted to breaking the SIM card into and making a special trip to a military base to put this tiny object, the size of about a thumbnail, into a large dumpster. It wasn't enough to throw it in a waste paper basket or a trash bin outside the local Dunkin' Donuts. Instead, he went through security at a military base and secretly tossed this tiny broken SIM card into a dumpster. He made sure that investigators would never know what's on his phone, and he admitted to that at the first trial. And of course, the investigators in this case, including the lead investigator, former trooper Michael Proctor, never showed any interest in Higgins' phone. Higgins nonetheless accomplished his goal of keeping the contents of the phone out of the hands of the defense in this case. That's powerful evidence of motive, intent, opportunity, and consciousness of guilt of Brian Higgins. As Mr. Brennan acknowledges, all doubt should be resolved in favor of the admission of third-party culprit evidence, linking him to the harm caused to John O'Keefe. And finally, Colin Albert is a potential suspect. He had been in a feud with John O'Keefe He'd thrown beer cans in his bushes, told him to F off. We have a good faith basis to claim that. This is the same Colin Albert who testified under oath he had never been in a fight in his life, yet there are videos of him clearly desperate to beat up others. The same Colin Albert who had scraped up knuckles just a few weeks after John O'Keefe's death. Those knuckles looked consistent with an attack on somebody. The photographs that Mr. Brennan references that were allegedly before that photo have no metadata. We can't confirm when those were taken. Mr. Brennan wants us to just accept the testimony that they were taken before the scraped up knuckles photo. We don't buy it. We don't think a jury will buy it. When John O'Keefe was found, he had 2 black eyes looking like he had been punched in the face. Colin Albert was at his uncle's house with both his uncle and Brian Higgins, disliking Mr. O'Keefe for a different reason, but disliking him nonetheless. And it's suspicious that Colin Albert's name was purposefully omitted out of the police reports. There was no indication in any police report provided to the defense in the first few months of this investigation that Colin Albert was anywhere close to 34 Fairview, his uncle's house, on January 29th. In fact, there's no indication in those police reports that Colin Albert even existed. Initially, we didn't even know who he was. But we found out when we sent a letter to Mr. Lally, while the case was still pending before a grand jury, notifying the Commonwealth that Colin Albert should be called as a witness before the grand jury. It was only after we sent that letter, notifying the prosecution that we were onto Colin Albert, that testimony was elicited that Colin Albert was indeed at 34 Fairview that night. The defense caused this to be revealed, not any investigator of this case. And there's obviously an inference that his name was kept out of the police reports to protect him. The same way Brian Albert is the only person listed in the initial report whose first name is not even spelled out. He's just listed as B. Albert with an incorrect address. There appeared to be a conscious effort of these investigators to hide third-party culprits from the defense. All of these men, Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, Colin Albert, were present at 34 Fairview the night that John O'Keefe was killed, and each had a motive, intent, and opportunity to cause him harm. Now, there are many cases, Your Honor, I know the court is aware of this, endorsing the admission of third-party culprit evidence. Almost all of them allowed in a third-party culprit defense, despite a lack of evidence that the third-party culprit in those cases was actually at the scene of the crime at the relevant time. The first case cited by the prosecution, Commonwealth versus Conkey, Middlesex County case, I remember it from the 90s. It was retried in the early 2000s. In that case, a person was murdered inside a home, just like this case. Unlike this case, however, the defense could not place the third-party culprit at the home when the murder was committed. He lived down the street, and that was enough. Here we have hard evidence, irrefutable evidence, that the 3 potential third-party culprits were present exactly when the murder was committed. And it's notable that the defense in Conkey, in that second retrial, after the first trial conviction was reversed, the defense was allowed by the trial judge to present a third-party culprit defense, and it wasn't controversial. But the conviction was nonetheless overturned, the second conviction, on appeal, because the trial judge didn't let the defense go far enough in presenting that defense. The SJC ruled that in addition to presenting evidence of motive, intent, and opportunity, the defense in that case should have been allowed to introduce past sexual assaults of the third-party culprit, including one that took place 7 years before the murder. It was reversible error not to permit a full third-party culprit defense, including prior bad acts of the third-party culprit. And I will ask the court to consider Commonwealth versus Finney, a case that I'm very well familiar, as I previously mentioned. I brought that motion for new trial. I argued before the Supreme Judicial Court, and I tried the retrial of that case, so I know it well. The SJC affirmed Judge Ball's allowance of the motion for new trial in that case, ruling that it was ineffective assistance of counsel that the attorney did not raise a third-party culprit defense. The case law makes clear, as Mr. Brennan again acknowledges, that this defense is a time-honored method of defending against a criminal charge. The defense should be given wide latitude to present relevant evidence that somebody else committed the crime. But the main issue in Finney was whether the defense could introduce hearsay to support an already admissible third-party culprit defense. It's sort of like Conkey, where it's just assumed, yes, of course you can present a third-party culprit defense. But in Conkey, can you introduce unrelated sexual assaults from 7 years before? The answer was yes. And in Finney, of course you can present a third-party culprit defense. But can you also introduce hearsay to support that defense? It was a given. In fact, it was reversible error that the third-party culprit defense was not brought the first time around. Mr. Brennan talks about, well, you can't do this if it prejudices the Commonwealth. That's crazy. Every single time you introduce a third-party culprit defense, you are prejudicing the Commonwealth by definition. You're not going along with their theory of the case. Mr. Brennan's aggrieved that we would deign to present this defense. And I would note, Judge, there's I believe a certain amount of gaslighting going on here in that on one side of his mouth, he talks about he wants Ms. Reed to have a fair trial. But we've spent weeks where he's just trying to knock out all our evidence, just limit everything. He's, I believe, acting more like a defense attorney than a prosecutor in that regard. But regardless, in terms of these cases, Mr. Brennan said that they all have third-party culprits who have relationships to the alleged victim and or relationships to the scene of the crime. Finney did not. In Finney, my client was the next door neighbor. My client signed a confession to the murder. The third-party culprit lived several houses away within the same city, but not close, not next door. There was no relationship other than he made statements about how the victim probably deserved what she got and she wasn't the goody two-shoes, but there was no, that she was made out to be, but there was no witness that put the two of them together in any way other than those hearsay statements. Nobody put him at the scene of the crime. The SJC ruled even hearsay should be admissible to support that third-party culprit defense. The defense in this case has more evidence of third-party culprits than the defense did in Finney. We're not asking this court to allow into evidence hearsay, as was admissible in Finney. We're solely seeking to introduce the crux of a third-party culprit defense, which is evidence of motive, opportunity, and means, all of which Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, and Colin Albert had. That's the nuts and bolts of a third-party culprit defense. So that's the first issue, presenting evidence of a third-party culprit defense. The second issue is whether we can argue in closing that a third-party culprit is responsible for John O'Keefe's death. That's an issue I suggest that the court does not need to decide now in advance of trial. Closing arguments come at the very end of trial. At the charge conference, this court would be in a position and would be entitled to evaluate the evidence as it came in and to make a decision at that time prior to closing arguments as to what we can argue and what we can't. And while we believe the court has enough evidence now as a result of the first trial and as a result of our proffer and our submissions and oral argument today to rule that a third-party culprit defense is permissible, but this court at a minimum should not deny argument on that issue before evaluating the evidence as it comes in. And that brings us to the final third issue, a Bowden defense. Obviously, attacking the inadequacies of a police investigation is bedrock constitutional law. It's a bedrock constitutional right. In this regard, in one sense, the discussion about the third-party culprit evidence is somewhat academic as opposed to a practical one, because all of the evidence that points to Brian Albert, Brian Higgins, and or Colin Albert, all of it comes in to show the lack of investigation, the lack of curiosity that the police had, and the lack of investigation that they did to rule any of them out. And it comes in to show the bias of the investigators of this case. Bias is also a constitutional right. They were perfectly willing to jump to conclusions about Ms. Reed someone outside their law enforcement circle on the wrong side of the blue wall, but very much unwilling to be curious about whether someone within their circle had the motive, opportunity, and means to hurt John O'Keefe. Former Trooper Proctor specifically told his friends he had no interest in investigating someone connecting with law enforcement. And in their internal affairs findings, his superiors noted that his apparent bias was one of the reasons he was fired. You can't have a stronger Bowden defense than that. So I would argue, Judge, that the Commonwealth's motion really comes down to what the defense will be able to argue in this case. Our position is we should be able to point the finger of guilt at those who might have done this, but at a minimum, given that the evidence will be coming into trial anyway on the Bowden issue, the court should reserve judgment on what we would be allowed to argue from now, weeks from now, when closing arguments are upon us. This evidence, in conclusion, in our view, must come in. This is a due process constitutional right of my client, and it has to be admitted for two reasons. Number one, it's a time-honored method of defending against a criminal charge by pointing out that somebody else could have done this. And number two, it's a time-honored method of defending against the criminal charge by pointing out that police investigators failed to do their jobs correctly. We have a stronger third-party culprit evidence situation here than existed in either Conkey or Finney, and we assert it would be reversible error for this court to exclude this evidence. Unless the court has further questions, I would rest on my memorandum.
Read. I'm going to choose to focus on case law and the facts that aren't presented by the defense. We see in their motion there's a grand claim that there's extraordinary evidence that John O'Keefe went into 34 Fairview that night. That is critical because there is no basis to accuse somebody of murdering another person if they don't have the opportunity. In other cases, a third-party culprit is not necessarily found at the scene, even in Finney. It's more than just a couple of derogatory words. In Finney, as counsel knows, there was a neighbor who had an axe or a club. He was seen with blood, went home, washed his clothes, wholly irregular. And because of this irregularity and the timing, he was then asked by his then wife about the victim, and he made a number of derogatory comments about her, showing ill will, evidencing, tangentially, motive. And so, no, a third party does not necessarily have to be at the scene at the time the police investigate, but they have to be with the deceased if they caused the death. It's obvious. And so we didn't hear any extraordinary evidence, none. We didn't hear kind of good evidence. We didn't hear any evidence. We just have the bald assertion that the data forensic evidence will show that he was in the house. It didn't. It doesn't. They don't have a proffer. So there is no opportunity to murder John O'Keefe when all the evidence points to him dying on the front lawn from an alleged collision. The defense's effort to tell a story, take a couple of facts, someone's a boxer, they drank alcohol, and convert it into a story, is how they will try to portray these unsubstantiated facts at trial. They'll tell a story. It will divert the jury's attention. So they're not entitled to it. They're not entitled to it. Time-honored tradition, yes, but there are limitations. Silva Santiago was very clear about the limitations. This latitude is not unbounded. Each of these limitations recognizes the admission of feeble third-party culprit evidence poses a risk of unfair prejudice to the Commonwealth. I'm not whining. The Commonwealth should not be unfairly prejudiced. The people of the Commonwealth should not be unfairly prejudiced because it is inevitably, it diverts jurors' attention away from the defendant on trial and onto the third party. Essentially, it requires the Commonwealth to prove beyond a reasonable doubt the third-party culprit did not commit the crime. if there was evidence of third-party culprit, the defendant should be entitled to use it. In this case, there is not. There is no motive. There is no motive. To suggest that one person was pining, although the text messages don't show that, they both stopped corresponding with each other days before. To suggest that Mr. Albert is friends with Mr. Higgins and therefore he is bootstrapped into a conspiracy to kill with no evidence. Certainly the defense can infer certain facts like getting rid of the SIM card in a way they want, and I don't begrudge that at all. There's different interpretations to it. I understand that. This was heavily considered in the federal investigation, and after that absolute thorough investigation, there were no charges. There was no evidence of third-party culprit. There were no indictments. And so, although we don't know the parameters of the federal investigation and we can only guess as to some of it, we know from what we did receive and review, it was thorough. And if there was third-party culprit evidence, we would expect that there would be a basis for it. It's not an entitlement to simply bring it in under Bowden. I don't defend that there was commentary in the officer's phone that was inappropriate. But that doesn't automatically create a situation where there is evidence that the police officers knew that there was somebody that should have been investigated. In fact, when Mr. Albert came down the stairs, the testimony is the police officer was already inside his home. There's no evidence Mr. O'Keefe, of first responders, was still outside that aid could have been rendered. That is just, it's not only speculative, it's just piecing together different facts and telling a story. So inevitably, while I recognize the case law, there are plenty of cases that talk about third-party culprit should not be admitted if inappropriate. Commonwealth v. Stedman. In that case, a person, not the defendant, was in a fight with a person at a campsite. And then later, the defendant supposedly went back to the campsite, a friend of this person, Royal, and used a knife to stab and kill him. And the defense wanted to introduce prior convictions about the fact that this supposed third-party culprit had attacked people at other homeless sites. Pretty close relationship. A person having a history of attacking people at homeless tent sites. And the court, looking at 403, did not allow it as third-party culprit. They said that the admission would be feeble, pose a risk of unfair prejudice. In that case, there was third-party culprit admitted pursuant to Bowden in a very different way. Commonwealth v. Moore. The court would not admit layered hearsay showing different identifications that were relayed by the police from third parties regarding a culprit. They said that the hearsay was uncertain, the source is unreliable, and it was inadmissible as third-party culprit. So it is not an entitlement to be third-party culprit. Commonwealth v. Buckman, 461 Mass. 2011. The defendant was charged with murdering his wife. When they received a report from one of the defendant's friends, the defendant was softly tied to a pole to look like he had been kidnapped. Inevitably, the police determined that he had help or tied himself as a ruse. And this person, the helper, his friend, had connections to gambling, was there, and when the police couldn't find the body, he knew exactly where the body was. That case is far stronger than many. And in that case, no motive, no intent, and they did not let a third-party culprit defense go forward. Facts suggesting that one side believes a person's telling the truth or not is not facts of third-party culprit. It's just not here in this case. And again, I iterate my position on denying the defense to cross-examine witnesses about these generalizations and these character attacks. I think it will mislead the jury and it will become a total diversion for the jury. And I don't think the basis is anywhere close. It's feeble.
May I briefly respond? Thank you. First of all, Your Honor, speaking about the federal investigation, when you were not a part of it, and talking about why a federal grand jury was convened, what they were investigating, what they found or didn't found is complete speculation. Should not be a part of this argument. We don't know. It didn't prove anything. It's not as though they came up with a statement exonerating anyone. So that should not be considered by the court. With regard to the two cases that Mr. Brennan cited, you'll note that in one, he talked about the exclusion of hearsay evidence. There's a different standard when you want to introduce hearsay evidence as part of a third-party culprit defense. There need to be substantial connecting links to the crime itself. The court ruled in that case there weren't. In Finney, there were. And with regard to the other case, well, I'm sorry, that's with regard to hearsay. With regard to the other case, that was the exclusion of past assaults to show that somebody was violent. Again, Commonwealth v. Conkey is a case where they said, well, that should be, in addition to a normal or a regular third-party culprit defense, you should also be entitled to that evidence. So that's not very instructive. The other two things I just wanted to point out, because I did not mention them, Your Honor, is that Brian Albert also disposed of his phone, and we'll never know what was on that. That's further evidence of consciousness of guilt. And then an important point is that the plow driver, Mr. Laughlin, went by the house at 3:30 in the morning and saw a Ford Edge parked in the very area where John O'Keefe's body was found. And we know from the evidence that the Alberts, both Brian Albert and Colin Albert, owned a Ford Edge. So that is in the mix as well. And unless the court has any questions, I would address them.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let's go on to paper 620, the Commonwealth motion for production of records regarding unsolved productions.
May I?
Yes.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth filed a Rule 17 motion for records from unsolved productions. It has been discussed briefly in court at times during argument. There was a so-called documentary that was aired in a 5-part series. It gave a inside, behind-the-scenes look of the defense team and Ms. Reed as it prepared for the last trial. This 5-part docuseries produces a number of statements from the defendant, many of them extraordinarily relevant, some of them from the Commonwealth's perspective extraordinarily incriminating, and many of them inconsistent with statements made publicly in the past, including Dateline 2020 into Gretchen Voss. We served the local service in Boston, a local agent. The record holder is the producer of the series, and they have been notified. If the court allows this motion, I expect they will provide the information to us by the end of the week. I understand there is probably over 200 hours of recorded interviews, and we expect to use a number of those statements at trial. They are statements of the defendant, they're admissible substantively, they're admissible as admissions, and they're admissible to show contradictions with other statements. And so they are material and relevant. I understand the time frame. We haven't had the privilege of seeing them. The defense was there for a part or most of it, but we will use the time we can to sift through it. We're not looking for a continuance or additional time to look at the materials. We'll look at them as we prepare for trial. And so I'm asking you to grant this. It clearly makes the Rule 17 standard material relevant. We don't have access to these before trial. We won't be able to prepare for them if we get them pursuant to a trial subpoena. They've been properly subpoenaed and they are forthcoming with a court order.
There's no one here from Unsolved Productions opposed to this today.
There is not.
Does defense want to be heard at all?
Your Honor, we're unaware of the communications back and forth between the Commonwealth and the production company, so we've not been privy to that. This is the first we're hearing of any communications that they've had with the production company. I think obviously in an abundance of caution, they should be given an opportunity to oppose if they wish. Nothing officially has been filed one way or the other. So we're not in a position to argue on their behalf, for sure.
All right. So, we have two things left to discuss. I want to talk about general empowerment. We also have a Commonwealth motion regarding Mr. Yannetti's. Mr. Yannetti, it's 12:10. Which one do you want to go forward on first? Do you want to talk about the impoundment, or do you want this motion?
I'm not going to either of those.
I understand, but do you have a preference with some before lunch? All right, so let's do that motion. Commonwealth's motion to compel communications between the defendant and attorney will be stored within the defendant's document.
Your Honor, so I'm clear, the Commonwealth is not seeking all communications between Ms. Reed and Mr. Yannetti. We're only requesting the communications that may be on any type of records in the possession of the Commonwealth. And specifically, there are phone records which have been redacted, and I do not know what is underneath those redactions. And we believe we have an entitlement to the information in the narrow area where Ms. Reed has waived her attorney-client privilege. Specifically, where the defendant intentionally divulged the content of her communications with Attorney Yannetti about liability and potentially striking John O'Keefe with her car. Those subject areas in that narrow time frame are no longer privileged because they're now public. The Commonwealth has identified a very narrow window, and that's a 3-day period. And that is what is mentioned by Ms. Reed in her public statements, that she spoke to Mr. Yannetti and she thought about it for 3 days. We're not looking for any information beyond what has been waived. We're not looking for any information on collateral issues, and that's why we suggest that the court look at those records in camera, and the court makes the assessment whether or not the area in which where Ms. Reed waived her attorney-client privilege, whether any of those materials would similarly be waived because they are exactly related. This is made in good faith. Anything that is non-privileged is open to the public. It's not confidential. There are 2 communications that Ms. Reed made publicly that we assert waived the attorney-client privilege as it relates to that issue. Ms. Reed had an interview with Gretchen Voss on June 20th, 2023, and the transcript is page 105, line 23. She was asked the question by Ms. Voss, "You never said, 'Did I hit him?' I hit him." And the answer by Ms. Reed was, "I said, did I hit him? Question mark. And then, when I talked to David, now this is later, David said, 'Karen, if you incapacitated him in any way, there's culpability there.' And I thought, all right, maybe this is maybe I said to my mother, just to go forward for a second, they were asking me, what was it like? Did they come out? What was the house like?" Similarly, in the documentary series, Ms. Reed is video and audio taped, and it was presented on television, that she said, "And then when I hired David Yannetti, I asked him those questions the night of January 29th, like, David, what if I ran his foot over, or what if I clipped him in the knee and he passed out or went to care for himself and he threw up or passed out?" And David said, "Yeah, then you have some element of culpability." So that's how I thought about it for about 3 days. And so that is where I get the time period regarding these relevant statements, admissions by the defendant about her state of mind in her interaction with John O'Keefe in her vehicle. These statements were made during conversations that are obviously no longer protected or private or privileged. They're no longer confidential because they've been intentionally disseminated to the public. And so the defendant has voluntarily waived that privilege as to these communications in this subject area in that time period. And the key, Your Honor, is that it is the defendant herself who made the communications confidential. Even if it was inadvertent or overheard, it would still waive the privilege. This is entirely different. There can be no doubt that there was an intention to pierce that attorney-client privilege for whatever benefit the defense thought it gained them. This was intentional. It wasn't secretive. It wasn't overheard. It was a exacting and purposeful engagement. So we ask you to review the cell phone extraction, any texts or emails that may be on those extractions, and relative to that short window, relative to this specific area, anything that is waived that is no longer confidential, we believe we're entitled to. It's obviously would be relevant if it's narrowly related to these statements, and we would use that at trial. Thank you.
I am, Your Honor. May it please the court. The Commonwealth concedes throughout its motion, as it must, that the communications it seeks to intrude into are privileged communications between Ms. Reed and her attorney, Mr. Yannetti. Two of the three instances of the communication they cite to are over 9 months old. And that's in 5 months old, respectively. So you have 9 months ago, the Gretchen Voss statements, and 5 months ago, the Vanity Fair statements. But they waited until less than 2 weeks before the start of the trial to bring this momentous and potentially far-reaching and consequential motion. Why? The courts are clear that they take an extraordinarily dim view of parties waiting until moments before trial to raise significant issues like privileged communications this close to trial. The Commonwealth does not explain their delay in raising this issue this close to trial. With regard to the third communication, the HBO Max one, it regards the same event that is discussed in the first two. There is no addition of an event in the third one. So that third discussion, the docuseries, regards the same events that have been extant in the first two that have been extant for 9 months and 5 months. The depth of this attempted intrusion by the Commonwealth should disturb and unsettle every citizen of this Commonwealth because they're either actual or potential clients of lawyers, and it should unsettle every criminal defense attorney in this Commonwealth, and I would dare to say it probably does. As we know, texts, emails, and written communications, exactly what the Commonwealth is seeking here, between an attorney and their client are canonical examples of privileged material. So what is at stake in this motion? What is at stake is the sacrosanct attorney-client privilege. In Upjohn versus United States, the really bedrock attorney-client case from the U.S. Supreme Court, it established that dating at least from the age of Shakespeare, the attorney-client privilege is the oldest of privilege for confidential communications known to the common law. And this Commonwealth has identified that it is one of the most important, and it's been recognized in the Commonwealth as early as 1831. And in the context of criminal circumstances, the privilege has constitutional dimensions, as well as it affects the interests of justice analysis that is documented in the Commonwealth v. Goldman case 395 Mass at 502. And it bears underscoring the basis and the depth of the intrusion is a quote from the very case and the only case that the Commonwealth cites in its motion. It cites one case in its motion for all of its propositions, just one. Matter of a John Doe grand jury investigation, 408 Mass 48. In the case at 485 states, as we have indicated, extraordinarily high value must be placed on the right of every citizen to obtain the thoughtful advice of a fully informed attorney concerning legal matters. A rule that would permit or require an attorney to disclose information given to him or her by a client in confidence, even though such disclosure might be limited to the period after the client's death, would in many instances, we fear, so deter the client from telling all as to seriously impair the attorney's ability to function effectively. We think that the potential is inconsistent with the traditional value our society has assigned. Here's a key point. In the interests of justice, and that's the rooting of the interest of justice analysis, to the right to counsel and to an effective attorney-client relationship. Therefore, except where mandated by constitutional considerations, and it cites C. Commonwealth v. Goldman, Super 395 Mass at 502, which are not a factor in this case, nor are they a factor in our, not a factor in that case, we conclude that the attorney-client privilege should not yield either before or after the client's death to society's interest as legitimate as we recognize that interest in obtaining every man's evidence. So the case the Commonwealth cites supports the protection of the attorney-client privilege. With that law jurisprudential predicate in mind, I now turn to the statements at issue here and their import to that analysis.
You know what, Mr. Leslie, I'm going to stop you. I understand the Commonwealth's argument regarding waiver. I understand that the request is narrow and tailored. I'm not going to give you this information, Mr. Brennan. I don't even think it's appropriate for me to have so many motions tonight.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we need to talk about impanelment.
Let's go. She denied it, yes.
We need to talk about impanelment. The parties need 5 minutes.
Okay. So they're taking 5 minutes. 5 minutes rest. Well, when she cut off the Alessi, I was like, what the fuck? But then she'd already made her mind. She's like, I'm gonna deny the motion. So I don't need to, because Alessi will go on for another 2 hours. So do you know what I mean? I love him. But she was like, no, I'm going to deny it. So let's stop. So that was a good decision. Very good decision by her. First time ever, I think. Oh, I hate it when they fucking pause everything because I panic then to see, is there going to be Streams available. Yeah, every one of them are the same. I'm sticking with Boston 25 though. Can't believe that. Yeah. When she cut him off, I got pissed. I was as well. I was like, "You motherfucker, what are you doing?" And then she's like, I'm denying it." She was like, Alessi, you're gonna go on all day. I'm denying it. I've heard enough. I know. She had to put a little bit of record on there, so which is good. I'm not sure what she's going to do about the third culprit one. She should allow her in. No, they're not live, Robin G. They're not live. They're downstairs in the deeds room, so they're not outside. There's no one outside. They're all inside. So you shouldn't have need to get up in the first place. No, I'll allow her. Yep, this once. It was right. So there you go. That is always good to hear that. Always good to hear that. The third party one, as I say, we'll have to see with that one. She should have let it in because she let it in first trial. So we'll see. Bellarucci probably, I imagine. It's a break, Erica. Just 5 minute break. 5 minute break, my darling. 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. She just ruled. She's gone on break. She just ruled that they would allow her to bring in Karen and David Yanetti's text messages and stuff. Okay. I feel like the defense would be better just going with a Bowden defense where they just say shit investigation. Anyone could have done this. Not our job to give you the culprit idea thing. I think they're just going to throw the whole fridge at them. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they want to leave anything out because if Karen, God willing, she's not, but if she was convicted, I think you look back and go, shit, we should have done this. We should, when you do that whole thing of I should have done this differently. So I think they're just going to throw the whole kitchen sink at it, So yeah. Proctor motion. I don't know. What proctor motion? Which one's that? I don't remember. Hank irritates. I think. Let's see the poll. Lauren Murray. Nice to see you, my darling. 86% agree with you, Lauren. Hank is not a nice person. He's a piece of shit, if I'm being honest. Oh, there's someone's head there. So I don't know. Hey, it was nice to see Holly Louise. How cute is Holly? Holly is, I believe, it's Holly Louise Murray. How cute is that? Oh, she. Which one's that, Mr. O? Proctor motion. Which one's that? I don't know which proctor motion you're talking about. There's so many motions. I'm lost with all the motions, to be quite honest with you. Where's Dana? Let's put Dana onto love pumpkin spice, spicy Dana, to lighten up the mood a little bit. There you go. Oh, I'm with you now. Sorry, sorry, Mr. O. I'm with you now. Shit, I can't get it off. Can't get it off now. Yeah, there you go. I'm with you now, Mr. O. I agree with you now. Yeah, it hasn't been discussed yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. The defense don't need to prove who did it. Only reasonable doubt on the evidence presented. I think the problem is though, jurors want to know, and I think that was proven with the last one. You're totally right, James. By the way, I'm not disagreeing with you. I actually agree with you totally. It's just more. In the last jury, they were all like, "Well, if it wasn't her, who did it?" They want to know. So I think they're stuck with that, like The usually is just limited, like Murdoch's trial. They were allowed to mention another possibility, but would allow witness, etc. So I'm not sure, Mr. when they're going to discuss that. I'm not sure when they're going to discuss it. Hang on, here she is. She's here with the pointy titties. Oh, let me put you on.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
we're down here in the gallows of the belly of the court system.
Oh, we love it. Look at all that.
We're down here
Hey, hey now.
the belly of
Hello. Look at all the crew. Look at all
the
the
whole crew's here.
drinking Dunkins.
Dunks. Us Massachusetts people run on Dunkins.
I know. Look at you. Hey, love
There's
it. I
always
love
one in
it.
the crowd for Starbucks. What'd you
Oh,
think of that? Bev ruled right there and then.
yeah, she was like, she's like, yeah, Alessi, I know how I'm gonna rule. Stop.
Yeah.
We'll just
Bev's
do it.
balls fell out of her vagina for a moment.
Instead of having her mouth for once. I know. It was good. Um, so the people that come in that are with them, are they from Harvard or something? The
They're
graduates.
different kind of law students that they're, from what I understand, I'm not 100% sure, but they're like donating their time and learning about it. You know, they could be for different colleges. We don't know exactly. You'd have to ask Karen that. I never asked her that.
No,
But
that's fine.
I've met them. They're very nice people.
Yeah, the two came in there. Laurie was asking who they were. That's who they
Yeah,
are.
they came in a little bit late. And you know, that's good that she has them on their team because then each one can concentrate on one specific area of something. Like one could be concentrating on broken tail light. One could be, you know, well, not that. They'll be concentrating on law parts of it, like what
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can do. So that's good that they can have people of focus like that.
Robin G's
Yeah.
asking how loud did you guys cheer when Bev ruled?
Well,
That's the thing.
we're in the belly of the court system, and we're trying to be pretty good so they can't kick us out of here because they
Yeah,
really
that's true.
want it. So I mean, we were all like stunned. I think we didn't really cheer. It was more like a, did we just hear what we think we just heard? Like, did she just do that? You
Yeah,
know, so it was
yeah.
that was good.
You're talking about ball. What's that?
Bev's exhausted now and needs a, yeah, she needs a white claw. We're
She's
down
gonna
here.
be.
Look at this massive safe.
Hey Dennis, are you calling me sweetheart or? That is massive, yeah.
It is massive. So we're in the building called the Registry of Deeds, which is across the street from the courthouse.
I love it.
And down here, the jury usually goes up a flight of stairs. Well, they're on the third floor. We're in the basement, and there's the first floor where the Registry of Deeds actually is. And
Yeah.
the jurors actually do interact in this building, you know, and we try to stay kind of quiet. We have the Bluetooth going and stuff to listen to it and just get out of the elements. It's a nice day out, but when the sun goes in, it's quite chilly. But
I asked Dennis Sweeney. Dennis Sweeney says, "Hi, hey, sweetheart." So I wasn't sure if he was saying that to me or you, and he's
he's
just
not
confirmed.
saying it to you. It's not
He's
all
saying
about you,
Dina.
Dylan.
Dina.
But
Yeah,
I
so
got my
no.
buddy Erica's right here.
She's back. And
Hi,
she's on
guys.
Resisting the Silence tonight. Make
I
sure you
am.
tune
I will
in.
be live tonight at 6:30. Come hang out with us.
How
Good.
freaking Irish does she look like right now? She's got freaking shamrock. She's got
This is Deuce. He's a young kid.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
No
Grant
weak
Ellis
shit.
Smith has marijuana leaves all over his computer. Erica just is like the Southie girl.
There you go.
Charlestown.
Timma, are you hanging out with your boy today? I don't know. Dana just asked. He said, Dina, asked Timma if he's hanging out with the boy today.
Dana?
Yeah.
Oh, Dad. I'll get you back, Dan.
Even the dogs are in here, folks.
Cursor, hey, Eric's. There you go.
So yeah, we just sit down here and for a little while. But we were scrambling because we didn't know if they were going to be done for the day, if we had to go out to be outside. They were all
I just heard there's only like one more motion. That's it, I think. But I feel like there's more. But I mean, I don't know.
You gotta remember, she started at 11 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's if they just did full days, it would be something different. But
You know how you said earlier on she grew some balls with that thing. At the minute, she's on break now, having Jim's balls in her mouth. Probably that's why she's taking so long. So she's growing a pair in there. So yeah.
I'm shocked. I figured she would, go in favor of the defense for this. In the end, but for her to cut at first when she went to cut Alicia off, I was like, oh, there she goes. She's interrupting him, and then she ruled that, and I was like, oh. She could have never have ruled in favor with the Commonwealth with this, because she would have had all lawyers everywhere. I mean, the whole judicial system being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would have just caused an uproar.
But it was impressive though how much less he had. He had a folder. He was ready to go. She probably saw that. I was like, oh fuck, right. Let's just pass it. Let's just pass it.
Wait, what's behind you on that shelf thing? What is that? Is that a flower or is it? Yeah, what is that?
This one comes all the way from Australia. This is this is homemade for me. This is me streaming with my nappy on.
With your nappy on.
Hey, they're back. They're back. Hang on.
All right, bye.
God well.
So I looked at the proposed supplemental questionnaire, very similar. So I have a question. So the Commonwealth on your number 5 on the first page. I don't like the 2 questions in a row, 4 and 5. I don't think we need 5. Is that okay with you, Mr. Brennan? I don't think we need both.
It's redundant.
So that's out. So I'll go through, actually, I'd like to go through the first page of each. The first page of the defendants, number 13. Do you believe law enforcement officers are generally fair and accurate in their investigations? Who's arguing this for the defense?
I can argue it.
All right, so I don't have a problem with that, but it makes sense that we put it after 8. Those series of questions.
No objection to that.
All right, any objection to question number 13 and putting it at 9, Mr. Brennan?
I don't have any objection to moving it after 9. I think it's a bit one-sided. It leans towards one-sided, but I don't have a strong objection to it.
We can balance it if you want to suggest some language.
If there's an invitation to balance, I'll need a moment.
All right, so you can suggest something at some point. All right, so now moving on to the second page. The Commonwealth's number 17 seems appropriate to me, but if you were working for the same document, it's not in the defense when it was removed, I guess. Is there anything about crash reconstruction testimony that would make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial in this case? I don't have a problem with that question. Does the defense?
We didn't have a real objection to it. It just wasn't a particularly useful question. We thought of the last trial. Everyone said no. So in furtherance of trying to have additional space for more helpful questions, we just decided to exclude it.
All right, I think we'll keep it. There's one I do want to get rid of, the cross problems last time, but we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so thank you. So question number 23 on the defense. Does the Commonwealth object to that question? I think it needs to be tweaked at the least.
We do.
All right, so what's the objection?
I think the question, the way it's written, invites a juror to potentially not follow the judge's instruction. And so I understand the attempt, the idea of it, the germ of it, but the way it's written, it invites, I think, a jury to, or a juror to usurp what their role is.
And what are you saying, Ms. Minimal?
I think if we just tweak the language a bit, I mean, we're happy to hear some proposals from the DA as to sort of the particular issue they have with this question. But I do think the question about the judge's instruction regarding, you're entitled to your own independent individual verdicts.
So they're always told that their verdict must be their own. So there's language in there's probably language in my preliminary instructions, there's language in the charge, certainly. So if it mirrors that language, I don't have a problem with it. Otherwise, I might. So
we can mirror the
talk to each other
the
about
court's
that.
charge.
All right. So
We would agree to that as well.
okay, thank you. Number 25 in defendants. If you had to vote today on whether Ms. Reed is guilty or not guilty of the crimes charged, what would your vote be? I tell them throughout the trial, they're not to speculate, they're not to make up their minds until all the evidence is in. I'm not going to even suggest that this is appropriate. So I'm not going to include that. There are enough questions on reasonable doubt, presumption of innocence, and defendant not testifying. So that's out. So the question, also, is there any reason why you do or do not want to serve on this jury? I don't think we should invite them to decide whether they want to serve this jury or not. I think we did give this last time. I don't know what the responses were. Does anybody have any information on that for me?
I think most of them were no. I think 27 kind of hits the same sort of, if
Right,
you have
if that-
general concerns about the case, so I don't have a strong objection.
If that's what we're getting at, we've got it in 27. So I'm inclined not to put it on there. Again, I can hear from you beforehand, probably in writing, I don't want to bring it back.
May I alert the court's attention, there's two on the first page that were slightly worded differently in the Commonwealth proposed questionnaire and the defendant's
Oh, okay, which
proposed
numbers?
questionnaire. If the court looks at number 4 on the defendant's questionnaire, we had kind of combined the Commonwealth's proposed questions 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So that's one question.
So that's, and I just got rid of Commonwealth 5.
Perfect.
So this one's better, so we will use that.
Okay, and then number 7 that was proposed by the defense, that is the same, similar question as number 8 in the Commonwealth's proposed questionnaire.
Yes.
It's just different language.
I thought it was the same.
So we changed it to say, would you tend to believe or disbelieve law enforcement officers, firefighters, or first responders more than a civilian witness simply because of their occupation, as opposed to automatically believe?
So we typically ask you automatically, what's the Commonwealth's position on this?
I have a strong preference on the third court.
All right, so I will think about that, Ms. Henry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so the question that I don't like, and you may remember, causes a lot of jurors to say, I have no idea what you're talking about. 21 on the Commonwealth, 20 on the defense. So you may find a defendant guilty based on circumstantial evidence, but you cannot find a defendant guilty based on speculation, guesswork, or surmise. Is it difficult for you to understand the difference between circumstantial evidence, speculation, guesswork, and surmise?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
It's your number 20. I'm not gonna read it here. It caused a lot of trouble before. I think in every single one, I had to repeat myself, with the instruction that I gave in anticipation of this. I gave them a pre-charge on circumstantial evidence and not being able.
Yes, just the way that it's phrased in the Commonwealth's questionnaire makes it seem that the Commonwealth doesn't have to meet their burden of proof.
I think it should be omitted completely.
I have no issue with that, it's just the way that it's
Does the
phrased in the
Commonwealth?
Commonwealth's questionnaire.
It's too confusing in my mind.
Okay, it took up, if you remember, it took up an inordinate amount of time, with virtually every single job.
We have no problem with that.
All right, so that would be omitted. All right, so that's that. Ms. McLaughlin, I think you said, and I think I cut you off the other day, that the third page was right from Chisholm. I reread Chisholm on 95 pages of it the other day, and I didn't see it. Where does this third page come from? The publicity.
The questions come from Chisholm, that were asked in the juror questionnaire. The other, some of the other cases, questions were part of the juror questionnaire in the prior trial. It just moved over to this page, so this page dealt with a questionnaire exclusively about publicity.
Okay. All right. I think that we all know many, if not most, and perhaps all potential jurors have heard about this case. Giving them the opportunity to write the details that they recall down may take an awful lot of time and space that we don't have on this form, and frankly, I don't think we have. So what are your positions on, what's your position on 3?
Here, if I may, I can stand up the excerpt from the Chisholm case that outlines the.
All right, I'm not sure 2 lines are enough space for it, frankly. All right, I guess we'll see what we can do. I didn't realize it came directly, same language. Okay, looks like we're giving this third page of the questionnaire. Yes, Mr.
Your Honor, I want to bring the court's attention something about the court and counsel just discussed question number 7. Could I ask the court to direct its attention to question?
Which page?
Sorry,
Third page or previous page?
The defendant's questionnaire on the first page. That was the question. I think the court's going to consider whether to use the word automatic or tend to.
Yeah.
I believe that should be broken into 2 questions. It doesn't tell us anything. For instance, the way it's written in the disjunctive, would you tend to believe or disbelieve law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, more than civilian witnesses, just simply because of their occupation? If someone says yes, we don't know if that's believe or tend to disbelieve. So I think if we just break it into 2 questions and now we've got the space to do it, that would be more instructive.
Why does it matter if it's an automatic?
I'm not worried about the automatic part. It's the believe or disbelieve. That's the part that doesn't help us.
Right, so if it's automatic, simply because of a person's occupation, this juror would automatically either believe or automatically disbelieve. How does it make that person a fit juror? Why do you need it?
Because that tells us, it would instruct me at least, it would enlighten me on how to further question that juror. If someone says, well, I'd automatically disbelieve police officers, or I'd automatically believe police officers. Those are 2 very different mindsets.
So I understand that. I'll consider it. I think we keep it as 1, and then if they say yes, we inquire. Maybe. Let me see.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so it looks like we have the third page as well. I think, I have the statutory questions that I would ask of the Nairi. If we take that question that Mr. Jackson just talked about, I can ask each individual juror, if I use the tend language, if the testimony were in conflict, would you tend to believe the testimony of a police officer more than any other witness simply because he or she is a police officer? And then conversely, would you tend to disbelieve a police officer simply because he or she is a police officer? I typically do that at sidebar in every case, ask exactly like that. So it makes more sense to me that we do it that way rather than a questionnaire, but if you want it on the questionnaire, we'll see how it is. So what's your thought, Ms. Lynn?
That would be the defendant's preference.
Do you care, Mr. Brennan?
For a questionnaire.
All right, so I'll think about it, I'll do it one way or the other, and you'll know next week. So one of the things that I was considering doing, so we have a lot of jurors coming in next week. On Tuesday, 218 jurors have been summoned, just my understanding. We will get some portion of that, we will get some fraction of that maybe, just on how it goes with whether people are here and available to testify on that date, to serve as jurors. So say we get like 150 or 175 jurors. I have my remarks to sort of just direct them to what their job is, as you remember, and then I leave when I give them the questionnaires. My guess is for the jurors to fill out this questionnaire, have the questionnaires collected and copied, might take an hour and a half or 2 hours if we have a really large number of people. What I intend to do, at least on Tuesday, is have all the jurors fill out the questionnaire, however long it takes. And depending on how many jurors we have and what time it is, maybe take 50 of the last jurors or so, send them home and have them come back the next day at 11 o'clock. If we've got fantastic court security here, hopefully we've got a courtroom to keep people in. There are a lot of things we have to juggle to get this done, and I don't want to waste jurors' time. So I would send them home, have them come back the next day at like 11, so that then the next day's jurors at 11 o'clock can spend that hour and a half, 2 hour process, filling out the forms, having them copied, given to counsel, and we can continue on with those jurors. So it's something we can decide on Tuesday when we see how many people are here, how many jurors we get, how many jurors the district court needs. But is that a process that you would be willing to do? Mr. Brennan?
Of course, no objection.
All right, so we'll try and figure out something that way to get things moving that way. All right, the list of witnesses, you both have a list of witnesses. I told you needed to combine them so that I can read that to the jury and the statement of the case to the jury. Do you have that yet?
No. We have not combined them.
All right, so I need you to look at that, and a statement of the case to read to the jurors. It's all part of the final trial conference. So I should have had it last week. So I need that by Thursday. Is there anything else we need to discuss today?
There's still a few outstanding issues. One is ARPA.
Where do you stand with discovery on that?
I received some two letters last night. It is not the information I was seeking from my motion that was allowed by the court. And so I have grave concerns about waiting for the day before their testimony to pursue the other discovery that I think I'm entitled to.
What do you say, Mr. Jackson? Mr. Jackson?
Your Honor, I do not know what Mr. Brennan is referring to with regard to what he's looking for and grave concerns. The hyperbole is unnecessary.
So there was a motion allowed, so that should be able to, there was a motion for the discovery allowed a while back.
It
So that
was.
should narrow,
Right. Pardon me?
That should narrow things.
It does, and we have not, I attempted to confer this morning with Mr. Brennan, and my recommendation to the court would be for us to confer further, because I just don't understand what he thinks is out there, but we haven't conferred fully either.
Okay, all right, so do that, we can address this next week. I think we're going to have plenty of time to sort of tie up loose ends during the impanelment process, because I think it's going to take a very long time to get a jury.
Understood. And I expect we'll file a response to a proposed expert who received a report last night. And I didn't receive it until later, which I want to have a chance to respond to.
And Your Honor, if I could, please, one more item when it's appropriate for Your Honor.
That's okay, go ahead.
Thank you. We did receive Your Honor may recall the argument over Dr. Welcher in Your Honor's direction request, and then the assent of the Commonwealth that they would redo what they had provided, that 140 slide presentation. We did receive that, but we received a lot of other material in addition to that, huge megabytes. I haven't even been able to open it up. It takes so long to open it up. I respectfully request that we, Your Honor, grant us please 2 more days than what we had to take a look at that, because it's just taken an extraordinary amount of time.
Makes sense, Mr. Brennan?
I can be clear, there's no new information. What Mr. Welch did is that all the information he based each of his opinions on was in the gigabytes we provided to the defense, but he wanted to make it as seamless as possible, so to effectively hold their hand through it, he put each site under each slide so they can find it in the file folders exactly where it is. So it's instructive and helpful, but it's not new.
John, if I may, I don't disagree with Mr. Brennan's characterization. However, it is still 140 slides or so. I was expecting a rather substantial narrowing, so what we have to do is we have to go, and unfortunately, I think Your Honor is going to hear similar points that we made, but it's going to take more time, because I had the expectation, maybe unreasonably so, that it would be a narrowed slide presentation. So I'd appreciate the 2 extra days.
All right, so when does that put us at? What was the time frame you mentioned?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I don't have the specific date handy right now.
The time frame as far as the response?
Yes.
Well, we were supposed to exchange discovery yesterday. And so I had that presentation sent over last night. They sent over the 2 letters, and I received the third dog experts report.
If I could, Your Honor, I maybe Attorney Brennan misunderstood the question. He is correct that he provided us with the presentation last night, but the question, I believe, Your Honor, was when was our time? Because Your Honor had given us time to respond, and I apologize, I don't have that date, but what I'm just asking for is 2 more days, Your Honor, but.
I don't think I gave it to you.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have 2 days to respond to that.
I have 2 days from today?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So there are a few matters outstanding. I will have the decision on the motion to dismiss, should by the end of the day, buffer zone, probably by the end of the day. And I'll get everything else done as quickly as possible. All right. Anything else?
The only other thing is the logistical issue as it pertains to both the voir dire process as well as during the trial. I wanted to ask the court if there was a mechanism by which Ms. Reed could have at counsel table some sort of an earpiece or headphones or something that's slaved to a microphone up at the bench at sidebar so that she can listen in on both. It's very. I want to avoid that if possible. It's clunky. Especially during the voir dire process. I think it would be uncomfortable, and quite frankly, I think it would be a little inappropriate to have jurors with Ms. Reed standing right there with them and with us.
It's done all the time.
It may be done all the time, but
it may be something you're choosing not to do, but she has every right to be there at sidebar. So you say you don't want that, you want some accommodation. I don't know if we can do it. I'll think about it.
We could. One of the things that we were talking about is potentially a closed circuit wireless microphone up at the bench and a set of headphones here that she can listen in.
Put it all in writing. I
Okay.
would like to have had it before today. We're going to be moving around courtrooms. It may not be able to happen.
Okay.
All right, so the alternative is she can come to sidebar for any sidebar discussion, impanelment, whatever. It's her absolute right. If she chooses not to do so, I'm going to need you to tell me that.
I'll put something in writing and perhaps I've got the plan in the back of my head. I'll put it in writing.
We have a lot of different equipment that we need to make sure has priority. It's in the courthouse, so I'm not very hopeful that we can accomplish this in the next few days.
Okay, well, thank you for entertaining.
All right, one thing, when we get the juror questionnaires, the supplemental juror questionnaires that we talked about, I need you both know what our decision is here, other than the 10-2 versus automatic. Let's go with 10-2. And I can either do that at sidebar or in the floor. What I'd like you to consider, and lawyers have done this in other cases that I've had, is if there are answers that are clearly what you believe would both sides agree jurors excused for cause. In an effort to be able to go through this vast amount of jurors that the jury commissioner's office was kind enough to summons in for us, if things stand out to you, it would be ideal if you could agree that jurors number 8, 12, and 16, both sides agree should be excused for cause based on the supplemental questionnaires. It would be very helpful if we could do that, and maybe keep a running sheet that would be a joint proposal to excuse these jurors for cause. It may happen when you look through the questionnaires on folks that we sent home to have them come back the next day, to just call 5 people, the court officers call them and tell them not to come in based on their questionnaires. So please think about that. It makes sense to me. It was very helpful when lawyers were able to get along well enough to do that in the case that we tried, that we had changed venues on, because of the pre-trial publicity also. All right, anything else?
No, thank you.
So Your Honor, there was a motion for reconsideration that was filed with regard to the metadata underlying, I can.
You can make an objection. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make sure that the court saw that motion and that it was filed. I don't know if the court wants to hear a full argument, I'm happy to do that, but we just wanted to make sure that that gets decided.
Okay. All right, there's still a few outstanding.
Thank you.
All right, anything else?
Nothing, Mr. Chair.
All right, we'll see you on Tuesday.
Court, all right, please.
So Dina is on, but she's muted at the minute.
No,
Here
I
she is.
unmuted myself.
So I'm not sure
I'm
if you
here. I'm
caught
outside
that,
waiting for them to come
Dina.
out. I didn't really
So
catch the end of
just
it.
so you, that just so you know that the motion to dismiss, she's deciding by today, and
Motion to
the
dismiss,
buffers
she's going to decide by today.
and the buffer zone by the end of today as well.
And the buffer zone by the end of the day. Motion to dismiss and buffer zone by the end of the day.
Yeah, and the rest whenever then.
Yeah.
By the end of the day.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just outside waiting for them to come out. It should be
That's
just a
fine.
minute. We got to walk around. Some of the guys on here.
So I'm still trying to figure it out.
I know.
Is there still a crowd there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that Dylan?
It's Dylan.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Whatever time it is. I'm all messed up. Good
Allison's got her new
Hey.
camera.
How's the new camera?
The new
I
camera.
love it. I love everybody. Thank you so much. I gotta get
No, it's
thank you
great.
Having sleep over tonight? Is that why you're here? I figured. What's up, Uncle Daddy? How you doing? What's going on, Mama? Not much. Short day, no fun. Yeah. No, I can make my kids scrimmage and roll. Nice.
Nice.
Drive along.
Hey Dina,
What?
tell. Did you see Aiden's post on Twitter?
Did I see Aiden's post on
Yeah,
Twitter?
it's
No.
the trolls were saying he was too expressive.
That's what I love that, you know. Proper information.
You were too expressive in court.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the
Guy
face.
pulled me over. The 4 officers like, we're getting. They got complaints? Yeah, they got complaints. No way. Just make a hole. Let's go. Wait, okay? Yeah, yeah.
I actually don't know, Robin. I didn't hear that myself.
They want us to move and make a hole in the sidewalk, like for people.
Oh, okay.
Grant's here.
Oh,
I gave him shit earlier.
Oh, no, I don't. Yeah, get some more home.
Oh, you want to go on?
Uh-huh.
Here. Okay.
I can wait. Yeah, don't worry about it. I didn't miss like a text or anything. Stairway over. All right, back aside, please. Only on, baby. Just over here. I'll let you get the angle when they come out.
I'm going over by you. Come over here, you'd block them.
Hey, that was a good job by Jason for the birthday. Good
Hey,
job, brother.
how's
How
it
you
going?
doing?
How you doing?
Very well.
He
Good,
said good job on the
Oh
pod.
yeah, yeah, it was a good time.
good man.
Thanks for the donation too. Allison loved the camera.
Ah, good. No, it's my pleasure. She's great. She's great. My
Yeah,
pleasure.
all excited.
Good man.
When's he coming up? When are you coming up?
May.
May
May what?
Oh, nice,
14th, I
nice.
think.
The
14th.
14th.
Is Karen there?
Not yet.
I know, I am not. Since I've been doing. Uncle Daddy walking away. We had a good day. I'm not his keeper.
What's the word for someone who keeps? Oh, there's got to be a name for someone who specializes.
Isn't it like somebody that does like anthropology, right? I don't know. I'm an idiot. Anthropology, right?
I know a lot of stuff I don't know.
You don't know something, Grant?
Oh, there you go. And that's part of being smart. You can know what you don't know.
I'm not on your camera thing. Every time you do, I get attacked. So.
I was going to say I'll yell at them.
No, if he puts you on his camera,
You perpetuate it. Yes, you do.
Against you?
You lunatic.
he perpetuates like the bachelorette party.
You know why I defend Mike the other day?
We're busting Grant's ass.
Yeah, good.
He deserves it.
No, I don't care. I don't even know what you're talking about. You know? No, she's not. I know. I'm trying to get her. No, they
Just waiting for
You're
them to
gonna
come
see
out.
what
So,
it's like to get in the midst of walking them out with the media and stuff. It's awful.
I can imagine it's terrible.
It is terrible. And we don't have Kurt here right now, so. But we got Jason.
Hey now.
Jason's there.
He's the guns. He's got the guns.
He's the gun.
They are back on Tuesday for court selection.
He called me yesterday.
Yeah, so they're back Tuesday. I don't think I'll be here Tuesday. I can't keep taking time off. I'll have to come after work.
It's jury selection, so
Yeah.
it could be so long.
Hello, Cubert. Stranger. Nice to see you.
I made a good call afternoon.
I do like that.
Favorite time for the class.
Hey, chill out. Chill out.
I love his little scar. He's so cute. Hey, she's charming.
Oh, yeah. Bye.
Hey, look at that.
He's like, hey, look at that.
Hey. Look at all the.
I'll go that way.
Which way?
They try to take a.
Oh. Do you know where the car is?
Usually over there, right?
Yeah, usually.
History has been restored credit for their
Probably get them when the paperwork comes out. Take them and I would check with your desk. Okay, because.
Oh, yeah. How was the book signing?
I didn't go, but I told her she would come to school and do one thing.
How do you know? What's the book about?
This is only my third year. I got to.
I'm not sure what's taking them so long to get out.
I don't know. They're right by the doorway, I think. Might be waiting for the attorneys, Jason said.
Ah, okay. What time on Tuesday? I don't know. Is it 11?
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, right.
I saw him on. You know, they were all there.
Hey, Daffodil. It's all good. Robin. I agree, MJ. I agree.
Green.
I think Gina's frozen.
Tell them I said hi. I love you guys.
I'm not frozen. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see what the grant post was.
I'll put it back up. I'll put it back up. Hey, Mark.
Okay. Grant should have his own buffer zone. 2 states over. Yeah, he should. Hey, Grant, they're saying in the chat that you should have your own buffer zone 2 states over. Medfield. Did you hear that from anyone that's friends with Kate is not friends with Grant? He's changing his tune.
Oh, wow.
On my Facebook, she's on her sister. I don't
You
think it's
keep
well, I
freezing,
saw it.
Dina. I don't know what it is.
From one of the albums. Okay.
I keep freezing. It's because I'm surrounded by the media.
Yeah, okay. Must be something. Robbie's got it right. Once she starts moving, it might get better, people. It might get better once she starts moving back and forward. They're all trying to use the same internet or whatever. I'm not sure if she's on data or Wi-Fi. Data, probably. Sweetie, Granta said hello. Is it data that, or can you connect to Wi-Fi down there, Dennis, or is it just data use only? Hopefully we get her back before. Dina is a robot. Robot. Hopefully we get her back. Not a bad shot of her, so it could have been worse. Right, she's gone off. Now we can see Dennis's schlong and Kurt's schlong all hanging. Dana's hidden behind there with his schlong. So, hey, she will come back on. Knowing Dina, it's just a matter of trying to get connection again. Hopefully, anyway. So we'll see. You'd think that it was well, oh yeah, I think so as well, Gary. Yeah. We need to put a better Starlink up in the air. Lots of schlongs. Well, there's one that you know very well, Tracy. 1 out of 5 you know very well. Just Dennis Sweeney's right in your face. Do you know what I mean? Lol, loves it. Love the schlongs. We talked about hot dogs earlier on. We should have spoken about hot dogs right now. We still don't know when it's going to start trial. No, we don't know. We don't know, Christine. The jury selection starts on the 1st of April, which is next Tuesday, but there's no cameras or anything, so we don't get to see that bit. And then, what do you call it? The trial itself, they're going to meet on the 25th, I believe, of April to see if they can continue the trial on the 28th of April or not. A lot of it will depend on whether the First Circuit Court comes back or whether they have a date back for the ruling. So, because once you panel the jury, that means that the trial continues, jeopardy attaches, which means the trial can no longer be cancelled. It has to go ahead no matter what the First District Court rules. So, so I don't know. I don't know if Dina's going to come back or not. I don't. We'll give her a few minutes in case she does come. And then hang on. Let's go here, check one thing. Hey. It's the monkeys. She's got that song in my head now. We love monkeying around. We love monkeying together. Da, 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 da. Ba, ba. Okay, no, nothing there. I've seen jury selections. They just can't film potential jurors. Yeah, so there are a few that we've watched recently that we get to see everything, just not the faces, obviously, but they are just not. I think they allow the whole speech at the start and then they cut off the cameras then. So there's no point streaming it. There's might stream in the morning if Erica or somebody's there, but we're not gonna. There's nothing to see, so we'll just go back to the retrial then, see if there's anything on the retrial. I'll just message Dina to see. Um. Hang on then, just see if they've gone. Just messaged her. See if she sees it. I don't know. Oh, she's back. Erica's here. Happy days. Hey, Erica.
Hi, we're back.
We're having a lot of Wi-Fi problems down here.
Sorry.
Fine. That's fine. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on data?
I'm not. I'm just on data.
Fine.
But that's
Data.
why look at my face. Oh my god, it's horrible. Okay.
Looks lovely. Looks lovely.
All right.
Oh,
Daisy.
Data just said send the link to Erica. Fine.
All right. I'm gonna switch the camera around so it's
Happy
this way.
days.
There we go. Oh, Reddington. Oh, Reddington. Oh, Reddington. Oh, Reddington. I didn't want to waste a good surprise on you, pal. I'm sorry. My bad. If you know, you know.
What did you want us to cheer?
Big Daddy? Adam Sandler? What is wrong with you? God damn it. Will you raise some... Tell us something we don't know. Can you hear everything? You guys good?
Yeah. No, we can
Okay.
hear you. We can hear everything.
All right. Yep.
It's-
We're all out here. Everyone's waiting for Karen. So she got some supporters out here.
That's nice.
Yeah. They try to make it like we all bailed. So I don't think so. Hi, Lulu.
No,
I
it's
downloaded
nice.
the app too, so now I can see things.
Oh, can you see the chart?
Somewhat, not all of it.
Yeah,
Like
fine.
last time, I don't know if I go between StreamYard and YouTube if it's gonna like mess up StreamYard. So I haven't tested it yet, and I don't want to risk it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So last week I was on StreamYard with you on my phone. Hi, Chris. I was on StreamYard with you on my phone, and then on my laptop I was in the chat talking to people.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I got my backpack and everything. I look like a child. See?
There you go.
I look like a turtle.
You do look like a turtle.
I look like a turtle.
It's I was saying to the guys earlier on, it's funny the trolls going after Eden about his expressions.
Constantly. Well, they called the court officer on him.
Yeah,
He
I
got
know.
reprimanded by the court officer because someone called, I guess. Someone was
That's-
complaining.
that's
Who was it?
really-
Aiden.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Stupidity. But I mean, I get it in a serious nature, but it's like, come on.
No, it was over the top. OTT.
Yeah, over the top. Yeah, I get it. I get it I can see if he was like chewing gum, Oh, there he is. I knew he didn't go far. I knew it. Told you. Hey, Grant said you guys were having a sleepover tonight, Bow. Slumber party.
You guys, make room.
Slumber party.
I know, Grant. You're on your best
That's why if nobody talks to him, we're all good.
Huh?
Nobody talks to him. We're all good. Let's not talk
That
to him.
kid, that kid was here for jury duty.
Oh, poor kid. Imagine like, I would look at the kid and be like, just go, go home, go home. What's wrong? Of course. What a joke. That's terrible. What? What, Grant? What do you want to say? Say it.
I want to know what we're coming back for next week. Jury impanelment or more motion?
I'm sure she has. Well, she took a couple under advisement today, right? So I would assure we're going to address those. And then, yeah, jury stuff. Absolutely. I mean, that's what she said, I think. No pun intended. No, well, I didn't. Whatever that means. That's what Bev said. Oh, Rose. There's Rose. Talking to who?
I was talking to Mike.
Minion? Or Hardiman? No, was that his name? Oh, I wanted to tell you guys. So there's a guy. All right, I don't know if you guys watch like TLC or anything, but there was a show and it was called like Mama's Boy or Mom something. It was about men who were like in marriages when their mom was gross. Okay, toxic boy moms, essentially. So there was twins, a set of twins on it. They're from fucking Seacom. And he went live on his, he went on his TikTok the other day talking about how that documentary, she's guilty, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you are such a loser. Like, so we need to make sure they don't get any. Yeah.
Watch it, buddy.
They're trying to be like the Dunk Twins on TikTok. It's ridiculous. Yeah. You have to look them up. Yeah. Yeah, they're awful.
That was awesome.
See you, October girl.
Alan tried a new gym. The whole secretary. The coach was the daughter of and my cousin.
We can listen to all the action like we're down there.
Yeah.
I started.
Hi, Dan. Love you. Who is that? I'm not an island boy. What is wrong with you?
Feel the Ernie. That's Ernie.
Do you know who that is?
No, but I think Dina does.
What? Feel the burn. Burn or something?
But Ernie.
Ernie
It's Ernie.
Byrne? Yeah.
Okay.
That's an Ernie Birdie.
So it's not a insult. That's fine.
As far as I know.
I mean, Google an island boy.
Are we gonna play our harmonica?
I know. Where is he coming?
Yeah. His piano man plays harmonica. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, it's on the weekend at bars, at little dive bars.
They've only had it a few hours. Give them a break.
He's so happy. He loves his job.
Did they raffle off the sign last night in the dive bar?
Huh?
At least he's kind of
Did
smiling.
they raffle off the sign in the dive bar last night?
Oh, did they raffle off the sign last night?
Yes, they raffled off the sign. Cheryl Breen won it.
Oh, yay!
I
Oh,
know.
good.
I don't know how much.
She's the woman that wears the enough is enough sign.
Is it?
Oh, there's
Ah,
fucking
Oh.
Dumpy Dugal.
Be nice. We don't want to get arrested. Then hold on.
I don't even think he deserves it. He don't deserve it. Yeah.
They're doing it on purpose to see if anyone.
Absolutely. That's of course what they're doing.
Remember.
I'm not going to give him the satisfaction.
They don't want to have any evidence
Huh?
to throw in about the buffer zone.
Please.
We're not.
What, chasing a suspect from a bodega? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Helena was a suspect.
Idiot. I hate that guy.
How many times have you ever seen them walk right down here when they leave? They go down the ramp.
Every time. Supposedly he has a limp too.
Die boy.
Huh?
You got Die the Druid in the house. Potty mouth of well.
The druid?
The Druid, yeah, he's in the house.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
Not one person got arrested.
Dana said raised somewhere around £500 from my understanding. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm gutted I didn't win it.
Have you looked to the like what your money equals here?
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
What's the difference? Do you know?
I'm
just curious.
No, it's fine. GPP into. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to the
Do you use pounds and quid? Is that what it's called?
pounds and quids, yeah.
Okay.
So if I want on the exchange rate,
Yeah.
for every pound I would get $1.29.
So for every pound, you get $1.29. So does that
But
mean our dollar's worth more here or yours is? I don't know.
I don't have a clue. But I wouldn't get that. I mean, it would probably be like 120 in an exchange place.
Right, it goes up and down or whatever. Yeah, it's like 1.234. Who knows?
Yeah, I've no idea. That's what it should be. But banks take interest percentages.
I know. So yeah, I get it.
So I'm probably going to do an exchange with the Bank of Sweeney, I think.
Yeah, I got you. Who is
It's
it?
easier.
All right, here they come. Yeah. Looking
Here
good,
they go.
sister. Different vibes, baby. Different vibes.
Oh, yeah, right. We can.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Come on, walk fast.
Look at them all. Animals.
They can't knock you over.
Yep. That's a go live. All right, here we go.
Come on.
I'm live. We can't. I didn't do this. I'm media.
Hey, here you
Stop,
go.
Nunziato.
Channel 1, right?
Yeah, number one, baby. Hold on. All right, they're coming over this way. Look at what they do to her. Look at what they do to her.
It's disgusting,
It's
really, isn't it?
absolutely fucking insane. And then they try to act like we're like these animals or we're like these like, you know what I mean? It's so crazy to me. Hold on one second. Walking this way. Hi, Papa.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Great. You look great today. Smell good too, baby. Look at what they have to do. Look at what they have to do. Because of the vultures.
Hi, Tim.
Watch out.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Thanks, Sean.
Great job, guys.
Erica.
Alan, you ready for jury selection? I can't talk about this stuff. I can talk about the Celtics. You love the
6 in a row, man. 6 in a row.
green tie. Hard.
Everyone in? What? All right. There they go. Heading home.
So they got two cars, yeah?
Just one for now, I think. Just one.
Oh, there's Janetti. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know where Dee is though. I'm just trying to find her. Did anyone see which way Dina walked? No. Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
I was going to say good luck, but I decided against it.
Why'd you decide against it? Dee. Dina. Good job. Great job, kid.
Look at Dina out in the street.
I know,
stopping
correcting traffic. That's why I was
I
trying to get
love
over here
it.
for you.
I love it.
This is what we do.
How awesome is that? This
Watch
is
out.
service.
Go ahead.
No, shop
You're
ma'am. No
good.
decision made. No decision
Bye,
made, shop
Mama.
ma'am.
I'll see you later. She's looking at me in the rear view. She's the best.
Well, and you're both.
She's a good kid. It sucks. This is why I hate like what's going on too, is because she's so normal, like she's so down to earth, and it could be any one of us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Wife can eat no meat.
Just Gail talking to her. They're doing good.
Bye.
See you later, all right?
Get some rest.
Yes, get some rest. Poor kid. That's the problem. She's a normal person. Could happen to anybody. People don't realize that. People think it's a fucking movie opening.
Yep.
I can't. Fucking cannot.
I almost know.
Yeah, right. I like to show like everybody, like what I was showing, like what Dina's doing, what Jason's doing, like show, you know, and that's what I like to show, like why
Yeah.
we're here, right?
Yeah. It's because otherwise we didn't know that Dina stops traffic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't we don't stop traffic, but we make sure we press the light for her ahead of time. Make sure she gets. Hey, Bob, you look so different without the hat. I didn't even recognize you. He works for like Law and Crime, I think, or one of those channels, and he sent me some
Okay.
video footage before. It was actually really cool of him because I had not had like a picture of Karen or like anything like me near her or anything for a while, long time up until like literally a month or two ago. So it was cool
There you
that he got
go.
some footage. It was nice.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. All
So
right.
are you going to be down there for the Tuesday then?
Yeah, I'll be down. I'll probably come down next Tuesday. Yeah.
I
What
won't
time?
be able to. I got work. I
I
couldn't
know.
take another day off.
I know. You got to get. That's fine. Hey, Minion
Yeah.
Mike, look at him. What time?
Next week, pal.
See
Yeah,
you
that's
next
it.
Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll see you next
See you
See you
Tuesday.
next Tuesday, everybody.
Yes,
Love you
baby.
all.
You're live tonight, right?
Yes, I'll be on at 6:30.
Good, all
Yeah.
right. I get
So
my popcorn.
so excited.
Good luck tonight, Erica.
Huh?
Good luck tonight. You be awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm nervous. I get nervous,
Don't be
obviously.
nervous.
Yeah. But
Tracy's amazing. Tracy's
oh,
amazing.
yeah. Please, please. I just had a slumber
Dana's an
party with her
asshole, but
last
Tracy's
weekend. I love
amazing.
Tracy.
So,
She's my favorite. I'll see you guys later. All right.
right,
Everyone's
take
just kind
care,
of saying
Erica.
bye. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. It wasn't you guys.
Oh,
But yeah, sorry. I was just saying bye to everybody. Do you have any more questions or anything?
one question. What time is it on Tuesday?
I'm not sure. Hey, do you know what time it is Tuesday, Jack? Is it 9 a.m. Tuesday? Did she say?
She was throwing all kinds of.
Yeah. So
11
okay.
o'clock.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We're not confirmed.
No,
We're
fine.
not confirmed yet.
We might go
Yeah.
live. We might go live with you for
Yeah.
to see them come in, and then we'll leave it at that. Then, so
Yeah.
because we won't see inside court, so we'll do that. So,
Okay.
all right, Erica, take care of yourself, my
All
darling.
right. We'll talk to you. All
See you
right. Have
next
a good
week.
night. Have a good day, guys.
And
Bye.
you,
Love you
ta-ra,
all.
ta-ra. So Erica has a good chance, but she'll be on Resisted the Silence tonight with the ever fabulous Tracy and the guy we tolerate the most, Dana. So there you go. So what we'll do next Tuesday is we will do live, watch them to come into court, and then wherever we are on the retrial, then we'll continue with that if we're still doing that. So Dana, you are ass. So there you go, everybody. Thank you. Would you rather be attacked by one horse-sized duck or 20 duck-sized horses? 20 duck-sized horses die because I can kick them. I kick them out the way. So see you all tonight in chat. Colleen, my darling. See you later, my darling. See you all tonight in the chat for Resisting the Silence. Please come support our favourites. And yeah, Erica's on there, so you'll be a smashing time. And yeah, tomorrow retrial, day 17 and 18, I think, for current retrial. So we'll do that. That'll be an interesting day. So okay, love you all. I'll see majority of you tomorrow, and if not, I'll see you next Tuesday. As you say, see you next Tuesday, Bev. You I can't say it. Die, no worries, buddy. See everybody. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves and have a good evening. Right. Lulu Bell. Oh, Lulu Bell. I love that name. Right. How do I end stream? Here we go. This is how I end it. Laters. Bye-bye.